Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to our second stream today. A little doubleheader for you guys means we did not have a Throwback Thursday live stream last night. We will be watching the 2001 MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 from the Dover Downs here for tonight's live stream. Of course, this was the first NASCAR race after 9/11 back in 2001. They ended up actually having a week off. They were supposed to run New Hampshire the week before this, the week of 9/11. They moved New Hampshire back to the season finale that year, and it ended up being the championship race where Jeff Gordon had won his fourth and final title. So they had an off week, obviously, the week before that. I'll start this stream off with the pre-race ceremonies. Usually I don't do that for these streams, but this is kind of a special one. I was really young. Even if I did watch this race live in person, I would have only been like 2 or 3 years old. So I would have been 2. I would have been 2 years old. So I would have been really, really young. So I don't know exactly what all they did during the pre-race. I'd imagine they did... a moment of silence. We'll see, obviously, and we'll watch this race. I don't think I've watched this race from start to finish before, so this will be interesting to see what goes down throughout. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We will be doing live commentary streams this Saturday and Sunday for the Dover races for the NASCAR Xfinity and Cup Series. Truck Series is off this weekend. Cup race may be threatened for rain. They moved the start time up an hour. We originally supposed to start that live stream at 1:30. We will now be starting that live stream at 12:30. If there is a rain delay to start, I will still be doing my pre-race predictions before the race starts, so we will be going live at 12:30 no matter what. I don't know what the weather looks like for tomorrow at Dover, so if there's rain there before the start of the race, I will just start the Xfinity commentary on the start time of the actual race, whether that would be tomorrow, Sunday, or wherever. So thanks for everybody tuning in, though, tonight, and let's get into this one. Philip Moore, Patty and Rumdy Creations, Wade Selensky, Regine Huddleston. Who else we have waiting in the chat? 1000 Next Gen, Horsepower Next Gen, and Noah Coleman. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Got it muted.
And trying to help wounded hearts that will never heal, Bill.
Thanks, Matt. 140,000 seats here at this track. An American flag for each one. It's a star-spangled day in Dover and across our country. Next up, Tanya Tucker and the singing of God Bless America.
The invocation, followed by what should be a very emotional rendition of the national
anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise at this time as I introduce to you Reverend Dan Schaefer of the Calvary Assembly of God of Hightstown, New Jersey, for our invocation. Reverend Dan. In honor for those that we lost this past week or so from New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania, could we just have a moment of silence, please? Almighty God, today is evidence that America is alive, and we thank you for this great nation. We thank you for this speedway. We thank you for the fans. We thank you for all those that made this possible. As we gather together today, we pray for a safe race. We pray for a great race. And we'll be careful to thank you and praise you. God bless America. In the name of Christ our Lord. Amen. Shalom. And now please remain standing for our national anthem by Miss Tanya Tucker.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? land of the free and the home of the brave.
Right from the beginning, you could hear the fans singing along.
While the hearts and prayers of NASCAR fans and NASCAR teams reach out to a nation that is still recovering. Meanwhile, the message has been sent to New York City, to Somerset County, Pennsylvania, and to Arlington, Virginia. We mourn your loss. We salute your heroes. We will race, but we will never forget. NBC Sports is live in Dover, Delaware for the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. The command to start engines less than 3 minutes away now. This is a sport that long ago became an American tradition. It's edgy, packed with emotion.
65.
Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, is the proud sponsor of the Bud Pole Award, given to the fastest qualifier in each NASCAR win.
Probably getting copyrighted for this.
Won his fourth Bud Pole of the season on Friday, and his first ever here at Dover Downs. Since 1979, Anheuser-Busch has awarded more than $7 million as the title sponsor of NASCAR's Pole Award program. Now a look at the Walmart starting lineup for today's MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400. Dale Jarrett seeking his 5th win of 2001 on the front row with Bobby Labonte. Check this record out. 10 top 5 finishes in 13 Dover races driving for
Wow.
Joe Gibbs. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished 3rd here in June. He starts in row 2 with Ricky Rudd, who scored 4 times here at the Monster Mile.
On the inside of row 3, Ricky Craven
Kenny Wall's starting in the,
finished 4th. On
what,
the outside,
6th place
Kenny Wall
position?
in the car that
Ricky
finished
Craven
second
starting
in
top 5?
Back to row 4.
Ryan Hornaday starting
Led
8th.
80 laps last September till the engine expired. Ron Hornaday, the fastest of the bestest rookies this race.
Row 5, Todd Bodine with 3.
Tom Bodine's been starting up towards the front in a lot of the races we've watched.
This season have been in the last
But he's been in the Cup Series.
Tony Stewart won this race last fall from the
Stacey
22nd
Compton starting 12th.
slot. He'll go from row 6 with Stacey Compton.
On the inside of row 7, Kenny Schrader, an American flag for a car today. And on the outside, Kevin Harvey. Back in row 8, Rusty Wallace has 3 wins here, none on the concrete surface. And Joe Nemechek missed the race in June because of an injury.
Row number 9, Bobby Hamilton with a very good car in yesterday's final practice. Casey Atwood has a Busch Series win here back in '99. Elliott Sadler was the fastest in final practice. He goes from row 10 with Buckshot Jones, who's got his only Winston Cup top 10 here at Dover back in '98.
On the inside of roll up, Kyle Petty won the first race here in concrete, and Jeff Burton, 31st or worse the last 3 Dover races. And there he is, Jeff Gordon, the points leader. On the inside of row 12, this is his worst Dover.
I was going to say, Gordon started pretty deep in the field.
Row 13, it's Ward Burton, the Southern 500 winner. He finished 14th here in June. Sterling Marlin in his Dodge, he was the 6th place runner a couple of months ago. Daytona 500 winner Michael Waltrip is in the next row with Robert Presley in his Ford.
On the inside of row 15, John Andretti in the Petty Enterprises Dodge. Mike Skinner, his career winding down with Richard Childress. On the inside of row 16, Hut Strickland and Hermes Souter, his 2nd ever NASCAR Winston Cup start on the outside.
Terry Labonte makes his 700th NASCAR Winston Cup start today. He'll do it from row 17 alongside Mike Wallace.
And Terry started deep in the field.
Who ended a series leading 31 race streak without falling out of an event at Richmond last time. Andy Houston, his 2nd to last ride in the McDonald's.
Between him and Gordon starting second half of the field, it doesn't look good for the Hendrick cars starting their series. Mark Martin starting all the way back at 38th. Kenseth's 30th. A lot of big names at the back of the field. Well, I guess Kenseth was only in his 2nd year here, but still. Dave Blaney. We root for him today. He started 42nd, 93 car. Kurt Busch starting last. 3 Roush cars starting at the back of the field. 38th on back. Martin Kenseth and Kurt Busch. Crazy.
Kenny Schrader is scheduled to start today's race in the 13th position. Look at that race car. Isn't that pretty?
That's beautiful. Let's try to talk to Schrader. Kenny Benny Parsons, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Jeez.
Multiple choice. You're starting in 13th. A, you're going, stay where you are. B, you're going backwards. C, you're going forward. What's the answer?
Well, let's go and see, Benny. I got 400 miles to do it, but this little M&M car is pretty good, and we're going to go forward. Make stars, but we're going to look for lap 400.
We'd love to see that American flag in Victor Lane. Good luck, Kenny.
Thanks for giving me an easy question.
And I noticed you put the correct answer last. Make sure he heard that one just before he answered. Good luck to Ken Schrader today, again starting in 13th position. Let's get some final reports from pit road before the green flag. Marty?
Alan, Ricky Craven starts 5th with a very good race car today. And here in June, he finished 4th. And ever since that Sunday, they've been anxiously awaiting this Sunday. And Ricky said, I know it's my weekend. You know how Ricky doesn't play very much golf, but in the Jeff Gordon Golf Tournament Thursday, he sank 2 30-foot birdie putts to help his team win the tournament. Who knows, maybe the driver of the Tide Ride can make it a clean sweep this weekend and come up with his first ever NASCAR Winston Cup Series win. To Matt Yoakum.
Marty, Elliott Sadler hopes to keep Ricky Craven in that over whatever club, so he has a shot at his second career win. Although Sadler has led only 1 career lap at Dover, he did set quick time in the final practice session Saturday afternoon. He has confidence because the last time he pulled off that...
We actually watched the 2001 spring race at Bristol just a few weeks ago on our Bristol Throwback Thursday, and Sadler won that race.
Hoping for the same result from the 19th
21. Interested to see if he has another good run in this one.
Made his first Winston Cup start.
The concrete track.
650th, trailing only Ricky Rudd, Terry Labonte, and Dave Marcus in career starts. I asked Bill what he thought about that, and he says, the only thing I don't like about 650 is it has a 65 in it. I'm not retired yet, and they think they have a car that can win at the track today. Alan?
All right, Dave, half a lap from the green flag. 140,000 seats around the Dover Downs International Speedway. I can't see any of them that are unoccupied.
I thought that we would have some empty seats today. I'm so impressed with these fans that showed up to watch this great race.
There's the man who'll wave the green flag. This was supposed to be the day of Cal Ripken Jr.'s last ball game at Camden Yards. Obviously, due to the tragedies, that's been put off some, but he's here nonetheless to celebrate his great career with his fellow NASCAR racing, his fellow athletes, and he's going to get them underway here just moments from now. The championship down to just 10 races to go. Jeff Gordon lost ground to Ricky Rudd at Richmond. He starts in 23rd spot. Very precarious here at Dover. Let him loose, Cal. Let's go racing at Dover.
The crowd. SMIFF TV, by the way, is the channel that we're watching this race on. And they got single file quick. Not even a full lap in, top like 5 or 6 already single file.
The Oriole car, Bob Labonte leads lap 1.
Guys got down to the bottom pretty quick, BP. You see a lot of cars trying to get on that bottom lane.
And Labonte moves up off the bottom just a little bit. Jarrett trying to get on the inside. And the
Oh, he's there.
was talking about being
Oh, maybe?
back in 3rd spot.
Yeah, he's definitely there.
While we've been honoring the memory of Dale Earnhardt with a silent lap 3 through the season, we thought today we should take that time and remember all of America's lost heroes. Dale Earnhardt Jr., new leader.
And that's the one they all
3 leaders in 3 laps. Bobby Labonte, then Dale Jarrett on lap 2, and Dale Jr. lap 3. Oh, boy.
contact between the 12 of Jeremy Mayfield and 66 of Todd Bodine.
I don't think Todd liked that.
That's back for 6th place. You see Bobby Labonte has slipped back to 5th, just in front of them. It's Earnhardt Jr., Jarrett Rudd, Craven, then Labonte, Mayfield, and Bodine. On board, Kenny Wallace.
Kenny's currently in the 8th position. Started 6th. He's backed up a couple of spots. Been on the outside, not an advantage on the very start of the race.
Let's check in on Jeff Gordon. Started in 23rd position. He's picked up 3 spots. He's in 20th. Make it 19th as he goes around Kyle Petty.
There's Joe Nemechek, the 33 car, trying to get him on the outside.
I think the thing Jeff wanted to see the most has happened, that the field got single file quickly.
He certainly did not want to
No, Steve Parker's just out of this race due to an injury. That's why Kenny Wallace is in the one.
This 14 car, the last few races, I asked those guys this morning, what's going on here? He said, we're finally getting it together.
That's 8th place now that Hornaday's in.
I think he crashed at Pocono.
That means a good run. They have finished 30th or worse in 13 of the last 16 races.
In this season specifically where he got hurt.
They know they've got a good car, they've had good runs, but they haven't been able to capitalize it. They want to finish today. They figure if they finish, they'll have a top 10 car.
I think he crashed at Pocono.
And look, he's just driven away from Kenny Wallace and closing in on the back of Todd Bodine.
Bodine sees him coming. Go on.
What Todd did there, you can afford to do when you have some space behind you. If those cars were nose to tail, he could have lost 7 or 8 spots right there. But he had some room, so he said, take it.
So Hornaday to 7th, Todd Bodine back to 8th. And we check on the interval from Dale Earnhardt Jr. Looking back to the 2nd place.
Tight battle.
Teammates going at it.
And Ricky Rudd goes on the inside of Dale Jarrett, takes that 2nd spot away. And this morning on the 88 car, they worked on that car all morning. The cars were supposed to be on the line at 11 o'clock. At 10:45, and I walked by there, they still had the car on plates making adjustments.
Just underway.
Dale pulling away early.
Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
When you get your next big idea, say
Like how we got at
something.
ourselves during the commercial break. That's a good time for it, though.
Everywhere around the world, they come to America. Every time that flag's unfurled, they come to America. NBC's coverage of the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 is brought to you by Casey Atwood and the Dew Crew, fueled by Mountain Dew, by Viagra. Ask your doctor if Viagra is right for you. And by Pep Boys. All you need to know is where to go. Pep Boys.
Hope Alex Bowman's not the new Steve Park. I hope so,
18
too.
laps of 400 complete here at Dover.
When it comes to injuries.
Speedway, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the leader. Bobby Labonte is falling back.
His teammate Tony Stewart goes on the inside and takes the 7th spot away. He's losing another spot to the 66th up top behind. Dave Burns, what's going on down there?
Well, according to Bobby Labonte's crew,
Wow, Ron Hornaday's up to 4th.
in fact, he radioed into his crew that everything is
Oh, 3 wide did not work there.
Loose over hit Bobby, and Bobby's in the wall.
Bill Elliott and Bobby Labonte.
Gordon, he got through it.
Clean as a whistle. Looked like Bill just lost a little bit there. BP got a little bit sideways in 1 and 2. Bobby was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, boy. 20 laps in. Labonte's got a very messed up race car.
It'll take a lot of work just to get this car back on the racetrack to make laps.
Bobby had picked his way back up to 6th in the championship standings.
Crunched.
He was just 35 points.
Ouch. It's a lot of damage, too.
Sterling Marlin and 23 ahead of
All
Dale
over that
Earnhardt
car.
Jr. So that's going to cost him. Let's mention that Kyle Petty has gone to the garage earlier, and let's check out what happened to Bobby.
There, see the 9 car.
Oh, yeah, he just
See that big wiggle? He
lost
has to
it.
go up the hill to make contact. The
Bill
5
just
split
lost
against
it.
The 18 and both cars. Almost like synchronized swimming. Although this is not an Olympic event here, folks. You'll never see Jeff Gordon going right between the 2 cars.
Oh, look at the page. Gold car.
Almost looked like Bill could have saved that, but when he got into the 18, he was okay, and then contact there really broke him loose because they got it together up in the marbles there. Boy, Bobby was in the wrong spot. Just at that. And he took the worst of it, I believe. Although Bill's got some damage on the right rear and the right front.
Boy, Bobby caught back, and then just the car whipped around and caught the right front.
All right, Kenny Wallace in the Benzoil Chevrolet sees all that, and he says, thank goodness it happened right in front of me. Listen to this, folks. Just listen. Doesn't that hurt just hearing it? Ouch. Just hearing it hurts, folks.
Surprised the car didn't completely come around on him back across the field. Good thing he didn't.
He picked up 10 spots in that short amount of time. He started 27th when he came down pit road, a little tight off. They took 1 pound out of both left side tires, which should loosen up just a little bit, but they made tremendous progress in that first run for Johnny Benson. Today Burns.
And Marty, this is the biggest piece of body work that came off of Bill Elliott's
Oof.
car. It's the rear bumper cover. They got to the good stuff, too, that needed to come away, the fenders and everything, to try to repair it for Bill. They think that the radiator's okay, which is good news, but that car is really bagged up.
Young Dave Burns.
And Dave, Kyle Petty has brought his Sprint Dodge back to the garage. Kyle, reports your car leaking fluid. Is it terminal?
Yeah. I hope it's terminal. If it wouldn't run any better than that, it should be terminal anyhow. I don't know. What we run? 10 laps? So that's good. We got 10 laps in today, but you know, it's pretty frustrating because you had a pretty good car that would drive good and run good, and you know, it seems like we've been hit and miss this year. We've been pretty good with the car, we've missed it with the motor, and now we were pretty good. When we've been pretty good with the engine, we've missed it with the car, so we'll get on it eventually.
For the last time a Dodge won here at Dover, his father, the King Richard Petty, took it to victory lane, Bill, back in 1975.
Well, Matt, Ward Burton was on pit road, an early stop for the Caterpillar car. His car just way too loose all over the racetrack, crew chief Tommy Baldwin indicated to us. So Ward came in, 4 tires, fuel, made the chassis adjustment, sent him back out, just missed a loose tire on pit road. And we know how narrow this pit road is, and we know what damage tires can do to the front of the cars. Just ask Johnny Benson, right, Alan?
Yeah, that was from the race back in June when Benson ran into a tire from another car. Wound up damaging the nose of his car to the point the engine overheated and he was done for the day. On to the first caution here at Dover.
NASCAR zooms through Kansas City for the first time ever. Next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern, Sprint PCS presents 400 miles of Winston Cup action on NBC. Jeff Gordon's dominated mile-and-a-half tracks this year. Will that trend continue versus NASCAR's best on this smooth and fast superspeedway? Next Sunday, 12:30 Eastern, NBC.
At the Dover Downs International Speedway, NASCAR on NBC, bringing you the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400. And we're under the first caution of the race. Came out at lap 21 when Bill Elliott and Bobby Labonte crashed in turn number 2.
Yeah, Dave Blaney's Ryan's dad.
It's our leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. as he weaves his car back and forth, trying to keep those tires clean.
Repo Cat, thanks for tuning in.
Points leader as he drives through.
You're at the race. Awesome, man. Energy pre-race must have been different in both a good and bad way, I guess.
Backs off the throttle for a hole. Actually, he's lucky a big hole.
Watch some of the pre-race on here. Guy was definitely fired up.
But we talked about for Gordon starting back in 23rd that it was going to be anxious while he worked his way to the front. There's one incident that he was able to dodge. Bobby Labonte in the garage area. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
And now it's shades of 1997, Bobby. You weren't in the lead, but nonetheless, you're back here in the garage early.
Yeah, it's a shame. Car was a little loose in the beginning, but you know, we had plenty of adjustments to make it better, and you know, just wasn't meant to be today.
How bad's the car hurt?
Pretty bad. You know, just it's a bad place to be over there. The wrong place, wrong time. Just hurt pretty bad. We'll probably get it fixed, but it's gonna take a while.
And he certainly is going to take a hit in the points. He entered 6th in Dover with only a 23-point lead over Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dave.
And Matt, Bill Elliott reported to his crew that the steering was okay on the 9. They haven't lost any fluid from the radiator. And so basically they were going to bang out the fenders and cut some up and send them back out. But the problem was they lost laps because
the thing is beat
the
up.
hood pinned down. The hood pins have to be in before they head back onto the track. And the hood was misaligned with the pins that come out of the frame, and so they lost at least 2 laps because they couldn't get the hood back down. The NASCAR officials wouldn't let them go.
Green flag.
Wow, Ricky Craven got a big restart on Dale Jr.
Trying to take the lead away, and Hornaday on the outside of Blood.
Hornaday to 3rd. Wow, Ricky.
And Ricky Craven to the front.
Way to go, Ricky.
Started 30th, finished 4th here at Dover in June. You heard Marty Snyder talk about it. He won a golf tournament on Thursday, and he's not a very big golfer. Maybe this is the day for Winston Cup win number 1.
His team won a golf tournament, of which he was a member.
You don't want to give him that much credit?
No. Jeremy Mayfield, the 12 car, has moved into the 3rd position. This is on the front bumper of the Conseco Pontiac of Ron Hornaday.
Farther back, Ken Schrader, Kenny Wallace, 9th spot.
And look here, Jeff Gordon is back in the 14th position, but running with 5 cars. Get by those 5, he goes up to the top 10.
Oh, Harvick backing up in the middle of the corner.
Kevin Harvick up to 9th.
And Jeff's just driving through, guys. Meaning passing them. He's not, like, driving through them like dirty.
Gordon trying to get 12th.
Never see that Jeff Gordon right now is almost...
Yeah, Ricky Rudd's not far behind him, you're right.
Ricky Craven.
Harvick and Gordon been side by side for a few laps in a row.
Number getting bigger and bigger.
While we're watching Gordon and thinking back to Bobby Labonte's accident, this weekend NASCAR has mounted black box crash recorders. They did it yesterday in 2 NASCAR Busch Series cars, today in 2 Winston Cup cars. Gordon's car is carrying 1, Bobby Labonte's car is carrying 1. It's an experiment to see how they'll fare throughout the 400-mile distance today while they got a test under adverse conditions on Labonte's car.
Ricky Craven, the 32 car, the tide rod, the leader of the race. He ran so well here in June, almost won. At one point in time, looked like he was going to win his first Winston Cup race. You would have thought it was on exactly the same car back. No, a different car.
Brand new car.
Brand new car, because they felt like that in June, the car was really good on long runs, but they wanted to make something that was a little bit better in the short runs and would keep it there for a longer time. And so far in the short runs, he is very, very good.
Got a little tight there.
Couldn't take advantage. Craven's team has really been coming around lately. He's led laps in 3 out of the last 5 races.
Wow.
And in June, that's the line that Ricky Craven...
Oh, man.
Was there contact there? If there wasn't, it was close.
They are racing.
If there was contact, Craven's going to say, okay, Junior, I get your message. Go ahead.
Craven's getting a good drive off, but he's lacking in the center of the corner. You can see him move up quite a bit, and then Dale's able to get underneath.
That's where Ricky Craven made so much of his time here in June in that high line. Now he's going to try it on the bottom. someone now is telling Ricky Craven that he's reading off to him his lap time. And he will be moving fast around the racetrack, trying to find the fastest line around the speedway.
Now, right now, the spotter's probably clicking off some lap times to him, which is actually Fat Boy. Fat Boy used to be my spotter, and he's saying you're the fastest car, or right there where you're running is a tenth of a second faster than if you're running down low.
Aerial views of Dover, courtesy of the United States Army. An Army of one. Craven and Earnhardt Jr. have opened up a 2-second advantage on third place Jeremy Mayfield. Then you've got Ron Hornaday in fourth and Ricky Rudd in fifth. Now completed 37 of 400 laps. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
Look at that top 5.
New leader at Dover Downs International.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen during the commercial break. Dale was hounding him. Ricky's falling back a little bit.
Hornaday is taking third away from Jeremy Mayfield. Let's look at the lead change.
Junior got that lead the old-fashioned way. He just knocked him out of the way to take it. Once a left rear of the bumper cover.
Ooh!
Set the thing push in. There's no doubt. Contact between the two. Ricky Craven saves the car but loses the position. You see, you can't really tell how much. And we can see the bumper cover bend in even at that angle.
So Dale Jr. now out in front.
Good job by Ricky not wrecking there.
For second. Rudd is taken fourth away from Mayfield, who's fallen back to fifth. It's been a great racetrack for Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2 wins in 4 NASCAR Busch Series events. And his worst Winston Cup finish is 16th in 3 tries. And we talked with Dale earlier in the weekend about why this racetrack has been so good for him.
The reason why I run so well here is that the track's really forgiving for a driver who may overdrive the car a little bit or make a lot of mental errors and stuff like that. So it's got a lot of banking to save the car when you get out of control. You got a lot of banking to save the car from overdriving the corner, to slow it down, getting in the corner.
That's pretty candid, isn't it? He said, I have intention to overdrive the car, and this racetrack will let me do it.
Did you ever overdrive here?
Yeah, I'm sure I have.
You won here a couple times.
Yeah, I've won here a couple times, but going down these corners, you really do have a tendency to overdrive. Because this is a racetrack, you need to be aggressive. If you go over that line, then you ruin your chances.
Dale Jr. has opened up a 1.6-second lead on Ricky Craven. Check the interval. There it is. And now Craven fights with Hornaday for the runner-up spot.
Surprised Ricky's still in second. 14 car's been right behind him for a while.
This weekend, Mike Beam makes his 500th career start as a crew chief. And a few of those now have been with Ricky Craven, but his first win was right here with another guy, Bill Elliott, back in 1990. It's always good to come to a place that you know well, and a place where you've won before, but Mike tells me he doesn't feel old enough to have started 500 races. Also tells me right now their car is neutral. It's just not quite as quick as Junior's.
Last lap Myers about a half a mile an hour slower than Dale Jr.'s.
And this racetrack has always been tough on going down the corner and the car sliding across the racetrack. Those front tires sliding across the racetrack. After seeing Ricky Rudd trying to take that spot away from Hornaday. And one of the things that the teams do to try to help that car turn.
All right, there we go.
You know what we're talking about. There you see the car, that's zero camber. They lean the car, and that's naked camber. And believe it or not, that's what makes the tire turn better. But you see the contact patch is so very, very narrow. When you go in the corner, it's supposed to. The tire's supposed to come out. So
Sorry about the lag.
comes all the way across the tire. Unfortunately, the more you lean that tire.
My laptop has been slow while I've been running OBS the last couple of weeks, I've noticed. infrequently.
These guys will really lay that tire in.
It's not consistently being slow, but sometimes it's slower on days than others.
Let's check in on our championship leader. He has moved into the top 10. As we watch Rudd go after Craven for second.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, Ricky made it. Ricky Rudd.
And takes that spot away with ease.
Hornaday must have fell back during the commercial break.
You see that big star on the hood of the 28 cars been replaced this week with an American flag.
All right, I mentioned the championship leaders moved into the top 10. There's Jeff Gordon up to 7th.
Wow.
He's not right now.
Starting back in 23rd. He's going to work on Dale Jarrett. See, caution. Trouble in turn.
Oh, Mayfield.
Into the wall. What was that you were talking about a minute ago?
Probably blew a tire.
Right front tire. Looks to me like he's lost the right front tire.
That was probably a hard hit.
Second caution, 55 laps in.
You see a little fire under the car. It's not the exhaust system off the car. Those are the tailpipes. Folks, no one runs across those. And I hope Jeremy is okay. Hard click.
Man.
Mayfield running 9th at the time of the crash.
You see the fluid running across the racetrack. Water.
Window nut's still, there it goes.
And finally, we see Jeremy starting to move inside.
Probably got the wind knocked out of him.
Has been taken down.
It's taking an awfully long time for the safety personnel to get up there.
Yeah, that's a good sign there. There aren't many easy hits here at Dover.
No. And I'm sure all the cars, here they come. Every one will be down pit road this time.
Leaders did not stop on the first caution. Most of the guys in the back half of the field did. Now they'll all come in. Stops at lap 55, Bill.
And Ron Hornaday will be one of the first to hit his stall just at the start-finish line. Outstanding start for Hornaday. Car just a little bit tight, gonna loosen it up with a chassis adjustment in the left rear. Other than that, it's 4 tires and fuel. The wedge wrenches in. They make the chassis adjustment. Hornaday getting tires and fuel. We'll head back out.
Is that a NASCAR official that bumped the tire? They're rolling it around the car, and the NASCAR official in front of the pit box looked like he just kind of pushed it towards the pit wall. Wow, 13.9. Fast stop. Craven ended up losing a couple.
They made 1.5 rounds in on the right rear wedge, and they also went up 1 pound of air pressure in the right front. He said he wasn't concerned about the leader, who he's only 1/10 off of on the stopwatch. His biggest concern, the 24 of Jeff Gordon. He was coming fast.
Let's check the race off pit road. How they got to that all-important scoring stripe. Ricky Rudd is going to get out first.
Ever see Rudd go by? Earnhardt Jr. Boy, big gap back to Dale Jarrett. Then Tony Stewart. Ricky Craven barely beats. Who was that? Jeff Gordon. Yeah, and Rusty Wallace. So Gordon has moved up to the, 6th position?
Under caution, Jeremy Mayfield has climbed from his car and walked to the ambulance for the ride to the infield care center.
Look, Dale, I know how you loved trucks when you were growing up, and if you want to race that big brown truck, I want you to know that I'll support you 100%. I mean, it's a nice truck, nice brown, everybody.
Dad, I'm not driving the truck.
How about some time?
Yep.
Our Busch Series teams, he's been up in New York all week and came down here just for a day, a getaway to go back to his normal life if he could and work on a race car for a day. Then today it was back to New York to continue the search for his brother. And that was the Armando Fitz-owned team that Ron Hornaday drives for. Still cleaning up from Jeremy Mayfield's crash, so let's take a break. It is Ricky Rudd leading in Dover. You're
Another
watching
commercial.
NASCAR on NBC.
This is the car. That was one reason.
Pretty long cleanup.
Dale Jarrett moving up from 6th to 3rd on the pit stops. Let's take a look at the lead change. Just a minute ago on the restart.
Go ahead, BP. I'm trying to figure out what happened. It looks like you got maybe a little bit loose or something because that 8 really just shut off.
Earnhardt's been dominant on the restarts. Got to the lead pretty quickly at the initial start. Although Ricky Craven took the race lead away from him on the last one. It seems like the leader just can't hold on to the lead on the restarts. I think Ricky Rudd was the 4th different leader in the 5th, actually. Because Bobby Labonte led lap 1, Dale Jarrett led lap 2, then Earnhardt led 3 until Craven took the lead on the first restart, and then that restart, Ricky Rudd led. He didn't lead a green flag lap, but he led under caution because he won the race out of the pits. What, 6 lead changes already in 68 laps? 5 different leaders? Maybe 7 lead changes. Yeah, 7.
Championship leader Jeff Gordon. Oh, trouble.
Another one.
Folks, you saw a miracle. You absolutely saw a miracle. You saw a car spin at Dover and not hit the wall.
How can you do that? We saw that yesterday at the Busch race. I don't know how they can do that.
I'm telling you, it's a miracle.
Saw Jimmy Johnson do it in qualifying once.
And it's up at lap 70. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ricky Rudd, Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart, and Ricky Craven are your leaders at Dover.
Quite a few yellows early.
Back at Dover Downs International Speedway under caution here for a few more laps.
The belief in the garage area is that 6, no change.
Pitch to the left front fender on pitch to the left front fender on Gordon's car. Pitch to the left front fender on
Dang it.
Gordon's car.
Trying to get back to the restart.
He'll get mad at you. Probably will. Look at Tony Stewart. Poking the nose of that orange car.
Oh!
Contact between the 14 and 32.
Oh!
More contact.
And more contact. And Jeff Gordon almost gets knocked in the wall.
Damage to the left front fender on Gordon's car.
That would have been terrible if Gordon ended up in the wall considering the championship standings.
These are the bullets that he has to dodge, but we just didn't expect to see that far up front. There's considerable amount of damage on that left front right there. See, right?
Yes, and you know, that 24 car, he was so good at Charlotte in the Coke 600. He had damage to the front fender, and it ruined his day.
See if we can see what happened here exactly.
Coming off the corner, we see Craven, we see Hornaday get loose. He backs off the gas, so Craven gets a run. They go down the corner, and Hornaday comes down the hill. Here, Craven and Hornaday makes contact. And there we see Jeff Gordon getting in the right rear of Ricky Craven with that left front fender.
Here you go on board a little bit tough to see because see Jeff did not have a whole lot of room up there. He got really lucky. But
Rusty just slipped by both of them.
left front is going to affect the way that car handles a little bit.
And NASCAR spotters around the racetrack are
Ricky quickly passed Rusty back, and Gordon's about to do the same. There's quite a bit of damage on the left front of Gordon's car, too. It's like the left front tire's a little bit exposed.
racing Rusty Wallace for 7th place.
Rusty had just taken that spot away from Jeff Gordon. Now Jeff is trying to retake the spot from Rusty Wallace.
To Matt Yoakum.
Down here in the tube pit, this is the right front tire that came off Rusty Wallace's car. You can see how it is cut on the inside shoulder right there. This tire actually is out of the same batch number that Jerry Mayfield had on his right front. Apparently, Robert Pepper has had everyone check up and down pit road. This tire was actually made 15 tires apart from Mayfield's. Nobody else on pit road apparently has this batch number. So the good news is they've lucked out with that caution. Unfortunately, it was due to their teammate, but you can see they also had a cut, so there was a tire problem developing down here. It looks like good news.
Huh? Rusty got Jeff back. Whoa. Bobby Hamilton to the outside of Jeff Gordon. Wow, what a move. Great job, Bobby.
He just got to ride it out till he can get on the pit road and get that fender fixed.
And I don't know, they'll make it a little bit better, but they're not going to make it as good as that thing was to begin with. The bodies on these cars are so important. When you do that kind of damage, you can't get it fixed 100%.
So lap number 80 at Dover. Jeff Gordon gets nicked up.
And usually when you do damage like that, it'll usually tighten the car up. When you affect the nose like that, the car will get tighter. It won't want to turn as good as it did before.
It was either 1977, 78 here at Dover. I was about a 5th, 6th place car. Same situation up 3 and 4. I ran in the back of another car with the right front fender. The way Jim did with the left front, and my car was perfect. Really? Won the race, going away.
After that?
After the race.
And you've been trying to figure out how ever since.
Exactly. I just wish I knew.
Interval from Jeff Gordon up to leader Dale Earnhardt Jr. You see it's growing.
Bobby just passed Rusty on the outside, too. Bobby Labonte's making that outside work.
3 fab pieces for the front nose of Jeff Gordon's car. They have several pieces. The one they're looking for now, obviously, for the left front. Gordon and Loomis have talked it over, staying out for now. NASCAR is also advised in 2014 of exactly what we heard. Spotters seeing smoke coming from that wheel well. You can also see it going down the front stretch a few laps to go. Total preparation. That's how you make the best of bad days and walk home with a championship at the end of the season.
You see the smoke just barely coming off that left front right there. And hopefully that will not cut the tire as we go along.
Of course, it was just the last race that Jeff Gordon had problems. This is Richmond, Virginia, a couple of weeks ago. He's racing Sterling Marlin for a top 5 spot.
Oh.
And Jeff Gordon's night was ruined. He was able to get back on the racetrack.
But he lost 100 points. He finished in 36th position.
Tell you what, Bill, that car does not look that bad right now. He's hanging right in there, and Harvick hasn't gained anything on him.
The problem that Jeff Gordon has is he's losing ground to the 8 car. We saw just a moment ago he was 7 seconds back. He's now almost 9 seconds back to Dale Earnhardt Jr. So Rusty Wallace's car is not very good, and Jeff Gordon is bad enough now he can't get by Rusty.
So Gordon running back in the 9th spot while Ricky Rudd runs in 2nd place. Top 2 of the championship. Of course, Rudd gaining those 100 points on Jeff Gordon at the Richmond race a couple of weeks ago. We heard from Rudd in our pre-race, and also we talked with him at more length earlier in the weekend about his needing to take advantage of Gordon's problems to have a shot at the championship.
Well, we got to take advantage of the situation. We haven't been able to do that over the season. Jeff has had some problems along the way, and we've had some problems. But on the days he's had his problems up until Richmond, we haven't been able to capitalize and take advantage of the big point swing like we did the other week at Richmond.
Dang it.
222 points behind Jeff Gordon coming into today's race. 10 events to go. You see right now he's gained a little bit of ground.
He's gained 27 points right now
ago. And now it's over 9 seconds, the difference between Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Actually, that's to Ricky Rudd. It was 7 seconds to Dale Jr., so Rudd is almost a second behind Earnhardt Jr., so Gordon's 10 off the lead. Coming up on the one-quarter point of the MBNA, Cal Ripken Jr. 400. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
We just come up with a good idea to be able to donate some money ourselves and maybe do some help. I mean, that's really all I've been doing the past several days is just wondering how I can help and what I can do. And so maybe this is a way that I can, make a difference.
Race leader Dale Earnhardt Jr. Here at Dover, one of many, in fact, most all the field, using today's event to raise funds, almost kind of like a race-a-thon. Money for a lap completed, money for a mile completed. Junior's even got a little carrot out there to his race team as well in their pit stop performance today.
See if they can have a pit stop under 14 seconds. He will donate $10,000 to the fund. And he is starting to lap cars. That's Brett Bodine, the 11th car, in 37th spot, right in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Junior's led 70.
Hopefully everything's working now.
105 laps so far.
Apologize for the lags.
On board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. We'll see down the straightaway that Jr. will get up to 160 miles per hour. And the RPMs down the straightaway, these guys usually turn somewhere between 8,500 and 9,000 RPMs. He gets by Bodine safely and right on the bottom of the racetrack. You see the yellow bubble tells you where he is on the speedway, going in turn 3.
Woo. He ran up on Mike Wallace a little faster than he was expected there. Thirty-sixth place car, 1 lap down. And a lot of traffic ahead. Jeff Gordon, 7th place. He gets it from Craven. Well, can't be that bad, his car's performance with that wrinkled up left front fender.
Well, maybe Craven is that bad at this point. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, let's find out how Craven's car is, Dave.
Just checked with Mike Beam, the crew chief, Alan, and they're a little loose in, which was what they were early. They've gone kind of back and forth, but that right front fender damage from the incident with Jeff Gordon has made him a little bit looser getting into the corner.
So there you go. Craven's damage from the incident is affecting him.
The damage should have been to the right rear. I don't know. We see that right rear has been on the car, and that could be a problem.
Behind these two, 9th place. Kevin Harvick working on Rush.
Kurt Busch is in the 97. For Roush.
We keep using these terms, folks. Pushing, loose, tight. Let's show you what we're talking about. Once at our virtual garage and show you loose. The car goes down in the corner. Preferred line on the bottom of the speedway, kind of like here at Dover. And the car's fine. All of a sudden, the back end starts going out. And when that back end kicks out like that, that's what we refer to as loose. That's kind of exaggerated, but I think you get the picture.
Even a car 5 degrees out of shape, back end to front end in the corner is going to feel mighty uncomfortable at 140 miles an hour.
Yeah, it feels like how that looks.
Yeah, you're doing it. Here's Kenny Wallace on Kevin Harvick. This is 10th place.
Rusty Wallace looks out the back bumper of the middle line Ford and sees this battle going on.
Of course, Kenny Wallace continuing to substitute for Steve Park in that machine. Park recovering from his injuries at the Darlington NASCAR Busch Series race on Labor Day weekend. His team giving an update earlier in the weekend here at Dover, saying Steve's recovering just fine. The only lingering effects from his injury are a little bit of double vision. And the doctors say that will heal in time, and he will be back in this race car at some point.
look how much in the corners here, BP, the groove has moved up so much higher. It just
Yeah.
laps. I mean, they're almost up to the wall.
You can just see how much darker the concrete is now versus at the beginning of the run.
The surface here at this racetrack makes that so easy to see. The white concrete and the dark rubber from the tires, you can see where they're running a lot more easily than you can on a paved track.
As a matter of fact, when they first made this surface concrete, they tried to change the name of it, the catchphrase to White Lightning. Didn't quite stick. I think most people still like the Monster Mile.
It feels like a monster.
It's a great nickname. Like we said, too, at the beginning of the program, it's not just a nickname, it's a reputation. Early pit stop for John Nemechek.
Oh, speaking of Kurt Busch,
The engine has expired. We got reports earlier.
that is a blown motor. Look at all the smoke.
And now he is on zero.
Caution's out. Who's going to get a lap back? Dale Jr.'s easing off, giving a lot of guys a break.
Buckshot's the last car to get a lap down, tearing up Bonnie.
Whoa!
Bill Elliott and Buckshot Jones.
Just ran into the back of one of the cars in front of him. Racing back to the line, he didn't slow down quick enough into turn one.
And Kurt Busch heading toward the garage to join Kyle Petty, Jeremy Mayfield, and Bobby Labonte.
You know, Kurt Busch was sharing a pit with the 93 car of Dave Blaney when this race started. Well, when 18 fell out, they moved all their stuff. I'm sorry, the 12 car moved out. They moved all their stuff up to his pit. They did a lot more stuff. I don't think he did a pit stop in that pit stall that they moved to.
Well, look at it this way. Their original pit stall was all the way down in turn 4. They moved halfway toward the garage, and now they can finish the other half.
And we see Kurt Busch just as he backs off before the corner. And it seems like the engine's wanting to blow just when you back off the gate.
Right before you get to the corner.
Leaders were last in at the 56th lap. They'll stop now at lap 117.
Coming in
Big
again.
Opportunity for Jeff Gordon's team to try and fix that fender, Bill.
And that's one thing they just finished talking about on the radio. Jeff is loose in, tight off. They want to make a small air pressure adjustment, but he said make sure you fix that left front quarter panel, that left front fender. Make sure you get that fixed. So let's see what they do. He comes to a stop in front of his pit board. They go around to the right side first, then they'll swing around to the left. Right side tires going on again, the air pressure adjustment for them. They go to the left side, working on that fender, trying to pull that out, pull it away from the tire. They did say this caution was a huge break for them. This should be a little longer stop than usual for this team. Will give up a lot of position.
Oof.
But Gordon
Dropped that jackal. That guy's hands were still in there.
pit road, so a good stop for those guys. And they
Dale Jr. wins the race out of the pits, barely over Tony Stewart.
Pit road by Tony Stewart in the 88 and the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Stewart's car bad loose. They went down a half a pound on all 4 tires. A great stop by the Home Depot guys.
Dave, Matt, the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr., the crew may not have gotten under
93 is Dave Blaney.
$10,000, but they did make a slight air pressure adjustment. Junior said he was a little bit free up against the wall, but he was a little bit tight from me over driving it into the corner, which of course they could not adjust for him. As for the 28 car of Ricky Rudd, they made a slight air pressure adjustment, but the car is still very, very good.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads off pit road. Tony Stewart is second. Ricky Rudd third. Dale Jarrett comes out fourth. And Kenny Wallace's team gets him off to fifth.
Kenny Wallace has had a pretty good race. He's been top 10 the whole time.
And we see that Junior goes by first. Great stop by Tony and the team. Wow. Almost gets beat by Tony Stewart.
So they're cleaning up the liquid from Kurt Busch's engine failure. We'll be back to Dover Downs in a minute on NBC. See Kenny Wallace's yellow car there, up in line in 5th position. He came down pit road 11th. Great stop for those guys. They're taking a blower, and they're working the apron of the racetrack inside 1 and 2, where all that oil drive is put down from Kurt Busch's engine. That's why we're still under caution.
Sorry, I want to show you guys something. This is inside of Mark Martin's car. You don't see this too often on a cup car. That's a left side mirror.
And we see Mark Martin adjusting the mirror as you speak. Because he does not want to be turned down in the corner and a car be beside him and then not realize
Let's go to Bill Weber.
Alan, down here in the 24 pit, got the left front tire they just took off the DuPont Chevrolet of Jeff Gordon. You can see right here, this is pretty much the groove that was being rubbed in or worked in by the front fender. Also on the sidewall here, if you look, you can see that some of the rubber has been rubbed away here as well. But this tire held up remarkably well. In fact, there was almost some applause here in this pit as to how strong this tire was. So Jeff Gordon currently 14th on the track, dodging a bullet and getting out with a good pit stop. So we're under caution here at Dover in the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400. Back in a moment.
Back at Dover just as the green flag waves in the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400.
Tony had a good run off turn 2 despite the fact that he was stuck on the outside of the lap car getting in.
Ricky Rudd third, Dale Jarrett fourth, Kenny Wallace fifth. Then you've got Bobby Hamilton, Rusty Wallace, Robert Presley, Kevin Harvick, and Ron Hornaday.
Hornaday still hanging on to a top 10 too. Robert Presley in 8th.
Well here at Dover. What can he do with Junior? I think we're going to find out in the next few laps.
Let's mention that Jeff Gordon came off pit road after the extended stop back in 14th place.
Oh yeah, definitely throwing the 2001 fall race for the Talladega Classic race watch along.
Tony Stewart not able to do much with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Let's check up on Jeff Gordon. He's trying to find his way back through the traffic after that left front fender got repaired. He restarted 14th. He's up to 12th. He's trying to
oh boy. Thought there were still going to be 3. Oh, Gordon! He turned him. Oh my God! Oh, they're still piling in. Jeff, you done did it. I mean, he just came right across his bumper.
A lot of damage toward Burton's car.
That's what I was talking about earlier. That 14 really needed. They were trying to get it better. They had good race cars.
Man, that's a tough break for Hornaday. He was having such a great run. They say Mark Martin was in it too.
Jeff Gordon racing Ron Hornaday.
Cautions breeding cautions.
And it didn't work out.
Now he had damage to the left front fender. I wonder if he has damage to the right front fender, or where he made contact with Hornaday.
I don't see too many marks up there, VP.
Well, don't know. He got away fortunate.
Took out a lot of the competition.
We'll check out the replays as Ron Hornaday tries to fire his car up when we come back to Dover.
Dang it, Jeff.
Jeff Gordon than he really was.
Take one more look here. That's a tough angle too.
Oof.
Like Gordon's car, the nose just kind of slid when he came up off the corner.
Which is what happens here at Dover. I mean, these cars just jump off the bottom of the racetrack, getting up against the wall.
And you know, Ron Hornaday still has not hit anything. Until the 22 car comes along and runs in the back on it, he has not hit anything.
Yeah. Is that Jeff Burton that just squeaked through down to the apron? Yeah.
Apron and the
Kind of imagine with the whole field coming that not everybody was going to miss that.
the contact there.
And Hornaday spins down, does not hit the outside wall, which I first thought he did.
There's Ward trying to sneak down the bottom and just had nowhere to go. And like you said earlier, it's a problem here at Dover. You can't get away from the race. The crash, I mean.
All aboard with Mark. Watch him run the back of the 10 car.
Oh man, lifted his rear tires up off the ground.
And you could see Johnny Benson was waving. He had his hand up, trying to tell Mark to slow down. Just didn't get there quick enough.
From Ron Hornaday's back bumper.
Hornaday didn't know whether to hit the gas or hit
Ah.
the brakes. Oh.
See Jeff Burton come flashing by. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
A wild mess in the front stretch. Johnny Benson, what took place from your vantage point?
Well, I saw somebody putting the 14 car out. I thought everything was going to be really good. Everybody's waving their hands, getting slowed down. And I got hit from behind, and probably didn't have nowhere to go. You know, I mean, everybody got slowed up and spun. I thought, man, if I keep it off the inside wall, I'm going to be great. But then I got the outside wall, and it just bent the lower A-frame. Just takes forever to change it. So we'll get it done, get the Valvoline Pontiac back out on track.
James Anson, Gary Putnam, and the Valvoline guys are busy at work behind us trying to save points because they are taking points. Bill?
Matt, Jimmy Fennick, Sean Parker, and the Viagra crew working on Mark Martin's Ford. A new radiator, new oil cooler. There's oil over the inside of the hood. He's got front nose damage to the back end of the car as well. Mark still sits in the car, helmet on, and window net up. And one reason for that is this has been an unbelievably frustrating season for these guys. Just cannot seem to get it to go. So another disappointing day in the frustrating year for Mark Martin. A long time here behind pit road, fixing the Viagra Ford.
Benson, Martin, Ward Burton, and Ron Hornaday, the four who have gone to the garage with damage from this accident. And you know, this is the third time today that Jeff Gordon has been involved in an incident or just missed an incident. Back at lap 21 when Bobby Labonte and Bill Elliott crashed off turn 2, he sliced his way through the middle of that one. At lap 79, he made contact with Ricky Craven up in turn 4, was racing for 8th spot, got that damage fixed. Now at lap 129 into Hornaday, bringing out this caution.
Let's watch for Mark Hornaday. This is what you look for the guy in front of you if there's something happening. If you look in the window, see Johnny? Johnny was waving his hand, slow down, but Mark just didn't see him fast enough and got in the back of the 10 car.
And there's so little protection for the radiator up in the front of the car. That nose is just actually a piece of plexiglass, plastic, so as you can see, it's caved in back into the radiator.
Set to go racing. It's Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading. Tony Stewart now second. Rudd, Jarrett, Kenny Wallace.
Miles the Monster was hungry that day in 2001. Yes, he was. There's been 5 cautions, 137 laps out of 400.
29 cars on the lead lap at this point. Dale Jarrett getting a little antsy there, trying to find a way around his teammate Ricky Rudd. Taking the lead a couple of times. Just behind them, Kenny Wallace and Bobby Hamilton racing for 5th. Hamilton's team kind of a little renewed vigor this weekend. Signed a new sponsorship deal with Square D and Schneider Electric to carry them for the next 2 seasons. I talked with crew chief Jimmy Ellis this morning, and he said, we were nervous, and this has really given us a big pump up.
It seems like it because this is the best the 55 Square D car has run in the past several races, and he is really been a threat to win here this afternoon.
Of course, Bobby Hamilton in victory lane in Dover at Talladega earlier this season in mid-April, but his best finish since then in 17 races is a 13th place at Richmond a couple of weeks ago.
Richard Fulmer, thanks for tuning in. Second person in the chat that's mentioned they were at the race.
Bobby Hamilton's teammate Joe Nemechek, the oldest car, is right behind him. Nemechek had an unscheduled pit stop earlier and lost a lap, and he's now in 30th position, one lap down, but seems to be hanging in pretty well in his first 5 cars.
Pretty cool, man. Dover's a pretty cool racetrack, too. Very neat looking track.
You know, as a sidelight to what happened this past week, and all the economic uncertainties that seem to be facing a lot of industries in our country, these Winston Cup team owners now face even more questions in trying to secure those corporate sponsorships for 2002 and down the road. Really, it's been on a lot of people's mind all across the summer with all of the tragic events and the economic uncertainty that's brought about. It's brought that issue even more to some team owners' minds.
In talking with Andy earlier this week, and he said they are very close to securing a sponsorship for that Joe Nemechek car, that 33 car right there.
Second place, Ricky Rudd reeling in Tony Stewart.
Wow. That was so strong. And this is only 1 second, a little over a second behind the leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
For sure, this is definitely one of the more demanding tracks on the schedule for these drivers.
So just a couple laps ago, I thought really, I saw that battle between the 28 and 88, and I thought to myself, the 28's holding Dale Jarrett up, but not the case. After a couple laps, this 28 car is really fast.
Tony Stewart has been perhaps the most dominant driver here at Dover over the last couple of years. He scored 2 wins in the last 4 races here. He's led 631 of 2,000 possible laps. And his career average finish at Dover is 3rd. 4th, 2nd, 1st, 1st, and 7th are his career finishes here.
This was Tony's track early in his NASCAR day then. 4 top 4s and a 7th. 2 wins. First 5 races.
And so today, he was giving water temperatures to his team, and he said it's about 220, guys. I'm not sure that's so good. I remember when 210 was bad. And then when the crew radio got back, and they said, well, Wilson says it's okay. Junior didn't know he had Wilson in the car. He couldn't see him. So they said, feel around behind your right hip, and sure enough, there was a deflated volleyball with a goofy face on it for Dale Jr. to ride with, and I guess now he believes his water temps are okay, too.
And you saw sitting beside of Wilson on the floor bed of the car was his water thermos, his water jug. He gets thirsty, there's a hose goes up his helmet, and he can get a drink of water.
Wilson looks just like Alan Bestwick.
Think so?
I think he does. You look like Castaway movie, Wilson. I thought it was a cool movie with Tom Hanks.
If you're going to say I look like Tom Hanks, I was going to slap you on the back and say thanks.
You know better than that. But you're about as old Tom Hanks. I hear you have a birthday coming up. The big 5-0.
Like 5-0? No. That's one too many on that first digit, thank you. Yes,
Martin has worked his way back up to the 8th position now. Although he's over 6 seconds behind Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I was going to say, there's no way Alan Bestwick was 50 years old back in 2001. I don't think he's that old. I mean, he's like 72 now.
Interesting would be the way to describe his day so far, huh?
That one's not that old.
The first one, involved in the second one, started the third one, 3 incidents that he's been in.
Check and see how far Jeff Gordon is back from Dale Earnhardt Jr. And you see it's hanging at about 6.5 seconds.
Gordon is not yet led today. Both Ricky Rudd and Dale Jarrett have each led at least 1 lap to collect 5 bonus points toward the championship. And we've just crossed the 150-mile mark here in the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover.
Kenny Wall's still hanging on to 5th.
call it on race day, you better get it right. You want a hands-on boss. Yeah. Terry LeBon. Terry LeBon.
Check the transmission and the drive shaft.
He's involved in every detail.
And now one of the pre-race favorites, Ward Burton, is back here in the garage. Ward, what happened?
Not really sure, Matt. Some guys got together in front of us and
Bestwick is 61 currently, so no. Yeah, I was going to say. So he would have been just shy of 40 then at this time. Mark used to race at the horse track? Oh gosh. I have zero clue on that. I have no idea.
He flew up to New York City and helped the relief effort. The crew is trying to find anyone still stranded inside the buildings of the World Trade Center, helping weld apart the debris, trying to cut apart the debris, hoping to find some survivors. But what an American.
34th. Rudd's kind of chipped away at this gap. Earnhardt Jr. has been out in front of him.
Yeah, he is.
Twice that amount, and he's chipped away and chipped away and chipped away.
So are you saying that he chipped away at it?
Chipped away.
That means getting closer and closer, right? That's what you're trying to say?
Lap after lap after lap after lap.
There you go.
I still can't believe you said I was 50.
That's what I was told.
That's what I was told.
Earnhardt Jr. has led 138 of the 164 laps that have been run so far.
He didn't even look like he was 50 at this time, too. He just said it just to say it.
And Dale Jarrett, we go to Dave Burns.
And Alan Dale Jr. does not like this set of tires as well as the last. That is his problem right now. Ricky Rudd, moving up, is doing great on the racetrack, but he had trouble in the pits last time because when he came in, they had already pulled the signboard up out of the way of Dale Earnhardt Jr., who was the leader, and Ricky almost missed his pits. So they put some new bright orange tape down in the pit to try to give Ricky Rudd a better opportunity to see his pit box, and they're going to try to make sure they have something else waving there so that Ricky doesn't miss his pit board if Mrs. Pit saw, that is, if Dale Jr. is still the leader on the next round of pit stops.
So there you go. You, like me, were asking what are we looking at this strike for? Dave with the explanation.
Put some very brightly colored tape on pit.
Trouble, turn 2. Andy Houston is crashed.
Oh, keep it up the track.
Back down into traffic.
All right, they missed him.
Put it in gear. Go.
Caution's out.
Looks like his tires are up on the right side anyway.
6th time the yellow flag waves today. Not only is Rodney Wise, who's from Dover, up on the starter stand for NASCAR, this young man has been here for about
At the 6th caution?
Dover stands right there below the starter stand for every practice, every car in qualifying, every lap of both races, and does a fine job of flagging the race. And let's take a look at why he's waving his yellow flag now.
Andy Houston goes in the corner. I think he got just a little bit too high. He was trying to ride that cushion, that just trying to get the most grip he possibly could. I think he got just a little bit too high.
Got up in the marbles.
Got in the sand, and around him went Jeff Gordon. No, don't tell you, Mr. Noble. Sure did.
He has had an eventful race.
Nice a relief today.
Time to come to pit road for stops. These will be at lap 168.
Granted, he kind of caused the one, but...
Last time off the pit road, it was Earnhardt Jr. and Stewart with a great race off the pit lane. Let's see how it
Michael
turns out.
Waltrip's kind of chunking his way forward. He started pretty deep in the field. I think you see him just outside the top 10. I mean, the other two DEI cars are really strong. Obviously, Earnhardt's led a lot of laps, and then even Kenny Walsh has been right around 5th the whole race.
1 pound of air in the right rear. Other than that, it's just 4 tires and fuel for the DuPont Chevrolet. Dave?
No major adjustments.
This is a slow stop. What were they doing on the right side? It took forever to jack the left side of the car up. I was thinking they were taking 2 there for a second. Oh, Tony Stewart wins the race out of the pits. New leader. First time Tony's led today.
Out first.
Ricky Rudd had to jump on the brakes for not to hit Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting out of pit lane there.
Marty.
I'm not sure what the pit road speed was at Dover at this time. If I had to guess, probably 40.
First time we have heard that name all day long. A little bit tight on that last run for Sterling. However,
I think that's what it is now.
The right front, great progress for these guys. To Matt Yocum.
Ron Hornaday had climbed as high
Maybe
as
45.
Did the 24 get you?
He must have. The thing got awful light in the back end. The car was a little free for 2 laps, but I mean, we've been fighting a tight condition all day, and there was no reason why that car come off before. But I think the 7 car was slowing Jeff and I up, and we were racing pretty hard, and maybe he got frustrated because we're not used to seeing that Conseco green car run good. The last couple of races, we've been running good. 7 car got crashed last week, and we checked up and we got taken out by somebody behind us. And then this week, I mean, that was not called for, especially from the points champion. The guy was leading these points in the Winston Cup, but it's frustrating. But I keep saying we're coming back, but these guys are building a heck of a car. This Conseco Pontiac, and we're running good. Our pit stops are killing us. We running 5th and come out 10th, and that put us back there. Maybe we shouldn't have been running with Jeff at the time. He was getting frustrated because his car wasn't running good.
So we've had some tough luck, Alan.
Ron Hornaday behind the wall. Let's check the race off of pit road. And note that Elliott Sadler has stayed on the track and is the new leader, who's going to be...
Oh, Sadler's going to be leading. Never mind.
28 right here. There's Tony Stewart, and Earnhardt's coming out.
Oh, yeah, he cut him a break.
Ricky really had to jump on the brakes.
Mike Skinner up in the top 10?
Doing a great job getting Kenny Wallace out.
Wow.
Last time they got him up from 11th to 5th.
We need to check to see what Skinner did there. If he only took right sides, because he's sitting at 6th right now.
I was going to say.
He was back around 19th and 20th.
Oh, I didn't realize he's that far back. I knew he was nowhere near the top 10, though.
Wally, if you had to bet, what would you say?
Yeah, I would say the
2 tires, yeah.
2 tires.
Good bet. I was going to say there, Wally. They have a very good car, actually. They've been pretty good all day long. Royce McGee, the crew chief, just told me we just need some track position. If we get up there, I think we can run with the leaders, but 2 tires at Dover is a risky proposition at best. Today, Burns.
And Marty,
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work out for him.
guys, that was my fault. Y'all had a good stop. I just did not get out of the pit box on time. And then he added, I'm not a machine. Let's go to Bill.
Well, here's something unusual. Jeff Gordon came in 6th or 7th, and right now is 19th on the racetrack. And here's the reason. They did lose a lug nut on the right front. So
I was going to say they took a while on the right side.
Jeff called in, asked what happened. They told him that they did a little work on the front fender there, so it took a little longer on the pit stall. But they got the lug nuts back on and sent him back out. And after they explained everything to Jeff, he goes, "Can you imagine how good we'd be doing if I stopped running into things?"
And now he's set himself back in harm's way again.
Yep.
For another restart. Now let's mention that Elliott Sadler, who stayed out on the track when the other leaders pitted, has now come down pit road. And so it is Tony Stewart who goes up into the lead. Log on now to NASCAR.com and check out the Conseco NASCAR Fantasy Challenge. Pick your own team of drivers and see how you
Commentary for the SRX series? Ah, man, it's going to be tough. I like to stay NASCAR only with the channel. Thursday nights, we usually do the Throwback Thursday streams too. Obviously tonight we're doing it on a Friday, but I work on Thursdays too, and just like working all the way throughout the week. That's a long day for me. Getting up between 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and staying up until 10, 11 o'clock to watch a race. Like, I was out last night at like, gosh, 9:30. I was beat. Thursday's the end of my work week.
They told me this morning that 8 car is really fast.
Oh, Ricky get into Tony there? Or Tony, it didn't look like he got into him, but he might have. Tony went way up the hill. He's in 4th right behind him. Can't tell who that is. Lap car? Yeah, lap car. Front row Joe, first car lap down. Kenny Wallace in 4th.
Houston's in the garage. Johnny Benson, Ron Hornaday, Ward Burton, Kurt Busch, Jeremy Mayfield, Kyle Petty. No further update yet on Mayfield. Just joining us, he was transported to a local hospital after a lap 56 crash at turn 1 for X-rays and CAT scans.
Oh.
Just at the top of your screen there, you saw the car start off turn 4.
It's a tough break. Jeremy Mayfield actually get hurt from that wreck? Said he went to the hospital for X-rays and CAT scans. They never showed a replay of his crash either. Blew a right front in 1 and 2. Obviously hit the wall hard. No safer barrier. Oh. Check for a concussion.
Sterling Marlin, the 40 car. And our Skinny Schrader, the American flag, running in 10th position.
And again, Jeff Gordon behind this, hoping nothing happens to these guys as they run side by side that he might run into.
You see Schrader's car, the 36 car, the American flag, that is all decal. The entire car is a decal. And it took the guy, the body shop guy, back to the shop 13 hours all night, Wednesday night, to fly that decal. 13 hours.
Marvin threw Rusty Wallace for 7th. Sterling Marlin threw him for 8th. Here comes Ken Schrader to race him for 9th.
Just when Schrader started to drive in there, Rusty got that 2 car back down.
Since the start of the race, Rusty really hasn't been able to keep that car down on the racetrack. He's been running in the middle of the
He's got to let Kenny go there.
race. So
Yeah, he definitely let him go.
he tries to get back down on the bottom, getting off the corner, so the car won't push so bad coming off like turn 4. Actually trying to make a straighter shot.
You see the race for position there. The lap car of Hunt Strictly separating 8th and 9th.
Casey Atwood back there behind Mike Wallace in the 7th car. That's a good run. Good run going to 19, number 19 Dodge.
It is. Casey started in 18th place. Right now he's racing Jeff Gordon for 11th. The 7th car just in front of the Mike Wallace is in.
Maybe that explains why Mike Wallace was in the number 12 at Talladega that year. Oh, I didn't know that, honestly. Mike Wallace drove the 12 at Dega. That was, what, 2 weeks after this? I think they said Kansas and then Talladega after this. On one of the commercials earlier in the race.
That'd put Jeff back into the 11th spot. Remember, he fell on his pit stop.
Yeah, I didn't realize Jeremy Mayfield had an injury like that. This was his last year with Penske. He wasn't out the rest of the season, was? Oh no! Oh.
Kyle Norris' spotter telling me he's on pit road. And battle for the lead. Ricky Rudd goes by Junior. Takes it away.
Like Junior kind of let him go.
Second time today, Rudd has been out in front.
Dang, Kenny Wallace on pit road. He was in 4th, top 5 most of the race. Dang.
Ricky Rudd is the leader of the MBNA Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover. We're coming up on halfway in the event on NBC. Ricky Rudd leads the MBNA Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover by 1.09 seconds over Dale Earnhardt Jr. Tony Stewart, Dale Jarrett, and Kevin Harvick. Make up the top 5. And here we go for 4th spot.
Oh man, Harvick. Whipping around the outside.
Takes the spot away. You see the 1 car, Kenny Wallace, back on the racetrack after that unscheduled stop. That one they found out was going on for the 1 car.
Well, Benny, on the right front wheel, you can look at the holes in the wheel. easily tell they are out of round. I talked to Walt Smith, who is the pit crew coach on the one car, Avery Tire, Dale Earnhardt and Corbin. He said, loose love.
Yeah.
That's tough. 31st spot, 2 laps down.
Dang.
From 5th place on the lead lap.
And all of a sudden, the 88 car, Dale Jarrett.
Speaking of lead lap, I just saw Dave Blaney still in the lead lap, 23rd. Not many cars in front of him, though. Or behind him, in front of the leaders.
Way back at lap 20.
One of the cars at the tail end of the lead lap.
Looking at the interval from run back to Jarrett.
I'm going to go refill my water real quick. I'll keep the race running for you guys. Should be back in about a minute or so.
See that Jarrett losing ground every lap to run.
He's using a lot of racetrack. If you watch him go in the corner, he is sliding all the way up to the top of the racetrack. It's even worse down here in turn 3 and 4 when he gets there. Really goes high.
And checking in on Jeff Gordon, briefly we saw there. He's back in 8th place. Kenny Wallace on those fresh tires is moving.
He lost 2 laps. Right. Got down in there, so he's trying to make up as much as he can right now.
What he needs is the race to stay clear. Until everybody else has to make a pit stop.
Yeah. And then as soon as they do that, and he gets back in the lead lap, the caution flag come out.
Leader stopped at 168, approximately 95 to 100 laps between pit stops. So he needs it to stay green for another 70 laps. Good luck. Looking back across to Bobby Hamilton and Jerry Nagu, who are racing for 14 to 15.
I didn't miss anything, did I? What a miss. I missed like 2 laps. Ryan Jensen, thanks for tuning in. Got a hip replacement, hit by a truck walking across the street. Dang. Well wishes with you and your recovery. Oh, Mikey! I was looking at the chat, I looked up and Mikey was around. Oh, piece of debris.
He was spinning out, and the crew did not know until just now that Michael Waltrip was into the wall. But they had a great run going, guys.
Can you believe?
I cannot believe it.
Leaders back to the caution. Joe Nemechek will get a lap back.
And he might have been the fastest car on the racetrack.
Dale let Kenny go?
30 laps. Talking about Joe Nemechek, the 33 car.
Kenny Wallace did not.
Oh, Dale didn't even let Kenny get a lap back.
Inside turn 3 into the grass, trying to get it back around the pit road.
It's his teammate. Pete's sake, brother.
Similar to Andy Houston while we were looking at it.
Man, DEI just went from having a great day to not looking so good.
Looks like he gets that right rear and that slippery stuff.
Between the one making a...
Gets her sideways.
Oh yeah, he was just too high. Waltrip was having a good recovery run going.
And they're all going up there. Dale Jarrett's been running up there so high, trying to find some grip.
Because the tires are up on the right side.
Is that the 7th caution already?
Air pressures are up, so just...
I didn't realize how many yellows were in this race.
Slippery part.
They're only about halfway.
Oh, and Blaney almost in the back of the 92 car. Listen to this.
Yeah, he's just too far high. I mean, you can see how high Bobby is, and Michael was like a half lane wider. Right sides are up in the gray area rather than in the darker rubbery area.
Marlin will come down pit road here running 5th. By far, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack that last run.
I think Kenny was taking the wave around. He might have been 2 laps down instead of 1, though.
Loose in, wedge adjustment on the right-hand side for the DuPont Chevrolet. 4 tires and fuel.
Tony Stewart already in. He says his car is still loose, kind of snap loose. So Jeff Gooch Patterson made a wedge adjustment on the left side today.
No complaint from Ricky Rudd, the leader. No adjustments. The crew is already done. He is out of here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying
Oh boy, Dale sliding out of the box.
change of tires with a different spring rate in the tires to try to make the 8-car better.
Yeah, Ricky Craven really fell back. He was leading earlier. Had that contact with Jeff Gordon. He overdrove a corner on one of the early restarts. Had a little bit of damage and just started free falling after that.
Ricky Rudd's team keeping the lead on their pit stop.
John Robinson, Jack down. Rudd goes down the racetrack. They see that he wins. Yes! Yes, John says. Some of those guys don't get pumped.
They've won a couple races out of the pits. That Ricky Rudd team's been really good on pit road this race.
Trying to do all he can to close in on Jeff Gordon in the race for the championship. Gordon's had his troubles today. He's hanging in there, though, in 15th place. Ricky Rudd is the race leader. As we just crossed half.
I didn't realize Ricky Rudd was battling Jeff Gordon for the championship at this point in the season.
It's been a good track for Rudd over the years. He's been to victory lane at Dover 4 different times.
I know that said Bobby Labonte was 6th in points coming in. He wrecked out early. Him and Bill Elliott got in a wreck.
Let's check our Napa Field summary.
Like 20 laps in.
So far today, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s been the dominant.
Yes, this is the 7th caution. That's what I thought.
202 laps so far.
Average race speed less than 100 miles an hour.
Cars officially out of the race. Kyle Petty, Jeremy Mayfield.
It has been a slow race pace so far.
Andy Houston. Houston from a crash. Mayfield from a crash.
41 caution laps. Almost 25% of the race up to this point ran under caution.
There they are. You see for Kyle, he didn't even have time to break a sweat before his day ended.
Just 13 laps in his Wallace said.
Yeah, slide job. Slide job.
To the one you just saw with Michael Walker.
Let's go to Marty Snyder.
And guys, Michael still sitting in the car. Lots of left side damage. They're going to try and pull it back into the garage today. There's a lot of left front suspension damage, broken shock mounts, things like that.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
The car will be a long time before they can get back out, if they will be able to at all.
Under caution for the 7th time at Dover.
Bang it out.
It's been a difficult week for all of us. I think sports can help heal. We get families together and they're doing the same things and enjoying the same type things. Then I think that's a healing process.
The thoughts of former Winston Cup champion Dale Jarrett. Dale is part of a roundtable discussion we taped here at Dover Downs on Friday night after the Busch North race. It runs as part of our post-race special tonight, NASCAR 2001, the race to the championship. And you can be part of that by logging on to NBCSports.com and telling us your feelings about NASCAR returning to the track this weekend here in Dover. And we'll review some of your messages in our post-race show after the MBNA 400 in honor of Cal Ripken Jr.
Bill Dale Jarrett running in 3rd place behind Ricky Rudd and Dale Earnhardt Jr. as we go back racing.
Kenny's going to need a quick caution to get that lap back. Surprised Dale didn't let him go. He must have pitted then. Might as well. Take fresh tires. He's got a fast enough car to stay up where he's running. There's no free pass in 2001. There is a slow car out there. I think that was Michael Waltrip pulling out of the pit box. He just stalls out. That'd be the caution the one needs.
Under the hood, had to get pushed back onto pit road and taken it back to the garage as well.
After watching top 3 go around the racetrack, remember the last time Dale Jarrett's car, the last run, did not handle well. After a few laps, his car was very, very hot. It goes very, very hot on the racetrack. Let's see if Todd Grant, the crew, have made some changes that will keep him on the bottom of the track, and that will be Dale Earnhardt Jr. car.
MWR started in 2006.
Kenny Wallace hanging in there, trying to get up and get one of his 2 laps back. The yellow car there, Kenny back in 29th spot. Again, that unscheduled green flag pit stop because of the loose.
I mean, I tried to watch the Rolex 24.
Caution came out.
I don't think I watched it at all this year, though. I don't think. I think I might have on Saturday, but not on Sunday. I know I definitely did see the finish of the race. I watched the highlights of it, but I didn't actually watch it live.
And he had jumped some tall buildings today to get up to 6th position.
Yeah, 2006 was just himself. I mean, technically, it was still the start of MWR, though. It was just him in the 55. I think they had well, I mean, it depends. In the Cup Series, it would have been then, but I think they had the 00 Aaron's Dream Machine in the early 2000s, so I want to say 2004. 2004 or 2005 is the first year they had the 00 in the Busch Series. Michael Waltrip would run some races. Kenny Wallace ran some races.
Down on Dover from our U.S. Army Skycam. An Army of One. There are 212 ways to be a soldier. Find out more at
But yeah, on the Cup side, it was just Mikey in 06. 55.
Pulling back out. Yeah, Mark is just rejoining the race. 81 laps down.
Casey Atwood's in 7th? I didn't know that guy ever ran in the top 10. What? In the Cup Series? I didn't even know he was up there. I just happened to look at the leaderboard, see where some of these guys are running. Bobby Hamilton's really falling off. Dave Blaney's 24th. Kansas last car in the lead lap at 26. Yeah, Kenny Wallace 2 laps down. That's what I thought. That's tough. He deserved much better in this race. Picker had to have a loose lug nut. Tough day for Roush, by the way. Mark Martin wrecked out. Kurt Busch, well, he wrecked and he's like 81 laps down on the track. Severely damaged. Kurt Busch blew an engine. And Matt Kenseth has just been slow and he's in 26th. That is not a good day for Roush Fenway Racing. Little did we know, just a couple years after this, they'd be a powerhouse. With a couple titles. 03, 04. Biffle came close in 05, 06. Edwards had some close runs. Mark Martin finished second in 2002 also.
With the same gears of another car, the more RPMs you will turn.
Ricky Rod, the leader, things kind of settled in.
Where's Jeff Burton running?
Let's take you through the field and some stories on how people's races have progressed so far. Dave Burns.
Out on that last pit stop, no changes.
Top it off. Where's Jeff Burton at?
I
haven't really looked for it.
That is the same type of scenario they had at Richmond 2 weeks ago.
He started a lot higher up in the running order than those other three. I mean, the other three started 38th on back. He's 12th.
So his car is now bouncing through the turns before that last pit stop. They hope maybe a tire spring rate change will help that. As for Dale Jarrett, he was tight in the center of the corners. Benny mentioned that. They took air 1/2 pound out of the right front tire to try to help DJ. Out of the last pit stop, Tony Stewart and Pierre rode in third and left in fourth, and that's where he currently arrives. Stewart has been fighting loose all day.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people tend to forget how good Jeff Burton actually was. He won 2 Busch titles in the 90s, like what, 19 Cup races right around there, 17, 18, 19, I think he was 19. I think he had 19 Cup wins. But he was a very, very reliable driver in the late 90s into early 2000s. I mean, honestly, even his first couple years with RCR, he was still competent, still won a few races. The 31 and I'm not sure points finish wise where he was with RCR so much. But I know the last couple years obviously weren't great for him, but Derek Booth, thanks for tuning in. Bobby Labonte elected to NASCAR 75 greatest drivers, deservingly. I'm curious to see what drivers are going to end up being left off that list. There's been some drivers in there where I've been like, I don't know. Randy LaJoy on the list, it's kind of, there's somewhat of an argument, but then I'm thinking of drivers, today that should be on that. Like Kyle Larson's not on that list yet. I don't think they've announced Jimmy Johnson's name yet. We know those two are definitely going to be on it. Kyle Larson has to be on it. If they have Chase Elliott on it, then Kyle Larson's got to be on it. You would think. I feel like they did cut Randy LaJoy a little bit of slack. And I think a lot of it might have to do with Corey LaJoy having a podcast on NASCAR's YouTube channel. I mean, Randy was a great driver in the Busch Series, don't get me wrong. But I was looking at his Cup stats, and I think he only had like 7 top 10s. He never really ran in the Cup side. Which, I mean, isn't a bad thing. Like, Ron Hornaday should be on that list, and he was named on the list. Couple truck titles, couple of Busch titles. Second most winningest truck driver of all time. Only behind Kyle Busch. Oh, Robert Presley's around. Oh, I was going to say, he was headed pretty fast towards the inside wall. I didn't think he was going to save it. He lost a lot of spots from the beginning of the race, too. There we go. Kenny got 1 lap back. Yeah, let's go, Kenny. Got to get 1 more. I'm pulling for Kenny to have a good run because he deserves it.
Started 28th, had been up into the top 10 earlier. Now he's crashed in turn 2. Why?
I think he's stuck in the grass.
This might be the same situation as the last 2. Very high on the racetrack at the edge of the debris.
I think the spotters better be telling these drivers stop going so high in the middle of the corner. Careful flirting too high on the outside.
This happens going in the corner, so.
Yep. Sure does. Yeah, there were some other cars around.
Could have been contact with some other cars. He started down the corner.
File that one under inconclusive.
Yeah, 4 truck titles and two Busch Series titles. Yeah, Gordon's already on there. I remember Gordon being on there already.
Leaders pitted at 201. We're at 227. Do they come in?
I know Dale Jr. was already announced like earlier in the week.
Looks like everybody.
Mike Stefanik's on there, which is a good one. Pretty much anybody that's been elected into the Hall of Fame, you would think, should be on there. See Robert Presley limping his car around the track. Man, Ricky Rudd. Dale Jr.'s crew has been a little slower because I think they lost another spot. Yeah, I think Dale Jarrett was second.
I believe he did beat Pete. Looked like he did beat the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt out.
Let's check it out.
All right, there goes Rudd. And here comes Jarrett.
Yep.
There goes the 8 car. So it's clearly the 88.
I'm going to look up to see who they've added on that list so far and just think of names that still go on there. Alrighty. Let's see here.
into the top 10. We'll follow up on it when we come back.
Building your online business?
Whoa.
Go to Wix.com and set up.
I give them credit, at least the ads are during the actual commercial breaks. Joey Logano should be on that list. If he hasn't already. Alright, so this is updated as of today. So Bobby Labonte, 25 added on drivers could be on the list. So there's Bobby Labonte, Dale Jr., Jeff Burton, Ron Hornaday, Carl Edwards, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, Sterling Marlin, Greg Biffle, Kyle Larson was added on it. I missed him. Randy LaJoy, Mike Stefanik, Casey Kane, Tony Stewart.
What a day for Jeff Gordon. He's been playing dodgeball all day.
He has missed so many wrecks already. He's missed 3 or 4
1, 2,
already. We're only just over halfway.
Well, we called it at the start.
And Greg Biffle. I missed him. 1, 2, 3,
Let's go back and take a look at some of the things that Gordon has had to dodge so far today. It started very early in the race. Crash off of turn 2 involving Bill.
So they have 10 more names to add. 10 more names to add. Easily Kyle Busch is going to be on there. Kurt Busch is going to be on there. Joey Logano is going to be on there. Jimmy Johnson's going to be on. Like those are 4 guys without a doubt are going to be on that list. Kevin Harvick, I don't think he's been added yet. That's 5. And those are all just drivers that are still racing today.
And once again, Jeff Gordon misses another crash.
And then got a lug nut fall off on a pit stop, went back to 18th in line, picked his way up through some traffic.
So those are 5.
What a day.
Other than that, it's been a piece of cake today.
Yeah, no problem.
But there's a couple other cars on the racetrack that...
Looking at the original list just to see who was driving at the time that didn't get in it.
But the one car, Kenny Wallace, is very, very fast. He's still a lap down. The 33
Okay, I was going to say, was Ernie Irvin on that list? He was. So was Dale Jarrett.
If he could just somehow get his way up in the first 10, top 10, Nemechek will be hurt from before the day's over.
Let's get out of pit road, Marty.
Well, Alan, I want to play this game with Wally again. Dave Blaney's up to 4, so how many tires do you think Dave Blaney took, Wally?
I gotta go too, Marty.
How about none?
Okay.
I told Doug Randolph, the Screwdriver, said, you're a brave man. He said, I don't want to mess with it. We just got the car working finally. Jimmy Spencer took 2 tires. He's back in 6th.
Say Dave Blaney took no tires.
Very good, and Donnie Wing of the crew chief told me they've made it better on every stop, so they decided to take 2 tires. His feet are hot.
And 2 for Jimmy Spencer.
The biggest problem for Spencer right now. And a lot of people saw Mike Skinner taking 2 tires. They were fairly successful with the 2 tires. And a lot of people also have taken notice of a lot of cautions today. So some guys taking some gambles and gaining a lot of track position.
You'll have to let me know down in the chat who you think is going to get on there.
Now Spencer was 15th and he is 6th.
I think just the polls alone for Ryan Newman kind of got him on this list. 51 career pole awards, 18 cup wins.
Cleanup continues here at
Rookie of the Year.
Speedway as NBC brings you the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400. 8 caution.
I mean, if they have Newman, Biffle, and Burton on there, they have to put...
Back in the garage with Matt Yoakum.
Well, obviously the 5 that are just named. Who else would be on there? Did I say Matt Kenseth yet? I don't think Kenseth's on there yet.
I'm real thankful for Slugger. He came on board last week at Richmond, and we ran real good there. And today we were going to be right. And,
Both the Busch brothers, Kenseth, Johnson,
you know, you hear that a lot, like rubber.
Harvick.
Next thing I know, I'm backwards. So I guess I ran over something. The Spirit of America Chevrolet, as you see it over there, is a little wadded up, and that's sad. But Napa Auto Parts and all the folks behind us should be real proud of this team. Slugger's just really working hard with Steve Milne and the whole bunch, and I believe. I mean, you can't run like we did today and not know what you're doing. These guys know what they're doing, and we're putting it back together. And I hate that happen, man, because it can knock the steam out of the wind out of the sails. But in this case, I don't think it did. I think they're with me.
And a good update, good news from
Yeah, Mark Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski. Those are 2 more. Yeah, there's a lot of current drivers that should go on that list.
CAT scans came back negative. All he has is a chip too, so looks like Jeremy will be a little sore and hang a bit.
So that's 7.
All right, Matt, that's good news.
Yeah, I agree with you guys on those.
Very hard crash back at lap 56. And after the trip to the hospital, he is doing okay. Half a lap from the restart. Bill Weber.
Sounds like Mayfield doing okay.
Flag card today, courtesy of M&M's, taking all their decals off of it to salute the country. They've had a day where they've been too tight, too loose, too light, too tight and too
on the left side, so they're battling back from that. They think one more pit stop and Schrader could have the best car on the track. Down one round on the track bar last time at 4 tires. And also keep an eye on the 19 at Casey Atwood. We talked about him last time. It was 14.8. Had a quick conversation with car runner Ray Abraham. Thrilled with the way the team's running today. We're under green door. Remember that Dave Blaney in fourth got no tires.
Yep. Dave Blaney pulling the bold strategy to get in the top 5, no tires. Hang on to it, Dave. Noah Gregson, no, he's not going to be on that list.
Remember, Blaney started way back in the 42nd position.
Ricky Rudd on the list? Is he on the original 50? I would imagine Ricky Rudd was on the original 50.
There you see Blaney with a couple of car length lead on Tony Stewart. Here comes Jimmy Spencer with that 2-tire stop right in front of Kevin Harvick.
There again, Jeff Gordon.
Back to the 8th position now. Jeff Gordon to go down turn 3.
Oh, yeah, he was. Okay, I was going to say. It's in alphabetical order, so I didn't see his name on there right away.
It's got to make Gordon so wary. He's dodged all of this difficulty so far today, and he knows that this racetrack, it lurks every corner, every lap until the
Bobby Hamilton?
everything he's dodged so far.
Probably not.
Jimmy Spencer, those 2 tires. Jeff Gordon came off the corner, kind of like when he was behind Ron Hornaday.
I'd probably say no. The thing is, if we're looking at statistics, like putting Randy LaJoy on there, who are some other drivers that won a couple of like Busch titles but didn't really pan out? Like, are we gonna put Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the list? Like, what? Like, I mean, if we're looking career statistically speaking, Ricky Stenhouse has just as good of a chance of getting on this list as Randy LaJoy. They both won back-to-back Xfinity titles. 15 career wins for LaJoy. I don't know how many Stenhouse had. I think he had less than that. I'm kidding about putting Stenhouse on the list, by the way. I was just saying that.
Second place. Dale Jr., the 8 car, trying to take it away from Dale Jarrett in 88.
Well, they already have Bobby Labonte on it. And Bobby Labonte was just added today. I wonder if I don't think Jamie McMurray's got enough wins to get on that list. Cody Ware's not making it on that list. That's as much of a shot as Rick Crawford. My gosh. You're not lying. Actually, Rick Crawford's probably got a better chance than Cody Ware. I'm just saying that based off of racetrack skill. They put Jeremy Mayfield on the list. That'd be hilarious. Elliott Sadler? I mean, he doesn't have a lot of Cup wins, so I don't know how many Xfinity wins Sadler ended up having. I feel like that's a little too much of a stretch.
See, exactly. There is no air at all coming in the bottom. He's only dependent on that top grill for air. And is that enough?
I mean, they put Sterling Marlin on there. He had a long career, but he had 10 wins. And Jamie McMurray, had 3 less wins than Marlin. Marlin does have a couple Daytona 500s. McMurray's got 1. Wilson!
I don't think it's the Wilson. I think it's a Wilson replica.
Rusty Wallace on the list? He was probably on the original 50, right? He'd have to be. Farm Boy 2, thanks for tuning in.
Yes, I did.
Rusty Wallace has to be on. I think I saw him on the original list. He was already a champion well before that, so.
And the 25, you've been watching Nathan. He has been fast. I had to watch 25 cars before that.
Yeah, Rusty was on the original list.
Passed about 4 cars in 10 laps.
Nathan started 41st. He's into the top 10. Just behind him, Rusty Wallace. Sterling Marlin.
Terry Labonte was already on the list, too.
All these cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, I already said Larson.
Today, it's kept a lot of guys in the run. As fast as Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been running.
What we come up with? 6 or 7 names already?
You get an extended green flag run where he caught the tail end of the field and started to put guys a lap down.
Check out the 19 car.
Both the Busch brothers, Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano. That's 8. That's 8 names. And outside of Matt Kenseth, all of them raced today. So there's 2 other names that have to go on that list. Kyle Petty is... That's a close one. He's got 8 career wins. Did he win an Xfinity title? I think he did. He'd probably have more of a shot than McMurray.
Well, you're out here running lap after lap after lap. A lot of times you hear drivers talk about when a car wiggles, just gets an uncomfortable feeling going into the corner, they have to take a minute to regroup.
Yeah, especially if you don't know why it's happened. If you're doing the same exact thing, lap after lap, and all of a sudden the car gets sideways, you're not sure if you've got a tire gone down or something broke. So you've got
Jimmy Spencer's still hanging on, 2 tires. Casey Atwood's still in the top 10. He's having a great run.
Get some confidence back in that car when you go rocking off into the corner. Jeff Burton started 22nd.
That's a 13th right now.
Steadily, if not spectacularly, on the lead lap and moving toward the front.
Kyle Petty only had 1 year where he had more than 1 win, 92. Finished top 10 in points 5 times. High as 5th twice, which was 92 and 93. After 93, though, he never finished better than 15th in points. He only had 1 more win after that season. In fact, after 1993, he never had more than 9 top 10s in a single season after that.
142 laps to go in the MBNA. Cal Ripken Jr. 400.
He ran full-time between... His full-time seasons between 2000 and 2007, he only had 5 top 10s. Sorry, 7 top 10s.
Yep.
In 8 seasons.
Are you going to race the big brown truck?
No, I'm not driving the truck.
I'm going to hold my breath until you drive that big brown truck.
Everybody wants Dale to drive the big brown truck. Remember being able to do that in NASCAR 06.
The MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400. We've got 263 complete.
Yeah, Alcy Yarborough already in there. No, Kevin LePage isn't good.
The new Kansas Speedway. Saturday, it's NASCAR Busch Series racing at 2 Eastern Time. Then a week from today, Spring
What does Kyle Petty have to do? He's in the discussion. Yeah, Kyle Petty, Jamie McMurray, maybe? I mean, that'd be like the only two guys I can think of that would be on the list.
And Matt Kenseth is on pit road for an unscheduled stop. Marty?
It's been a dreadful day for Matt Kenseth, the Walt team. This is normally one of his better tracks, but they only had one top 10 in the last recent races. They have a water problem, or overheating problem, rather than putting...
I didn't look to see what the Xfinity stats were for Kyle. Oh, Kyle Petty never ran a full season of Xfinity Series. Most he ever raced in a single season was 11 races in 1988. Actually, he ran 15 in 2000, but yeah, that was it. 55 races, 5 top 5s, 11 top 10s. No wins, 1 truck race. Oh, no, not Dave Blaney. Dang. Had to take no tires. Blew it right front. That's a hard hit, too. He's still rolling. Dang it.
Bet that got every crew chief's attention.
Well, I mean, you know, you come in, you get tires here at Dover because this place is so hard on the right front tire.
I mean, the other guys that took right sides only benefited them. Blaney took none. Dang it. It's my guy. It's my guy.
Take a look at what happened.
Yeah, if you watch him go down turn 1, right there, the right front tire.
Oh, yeah. It was down way before he got in the corner. I don't think that was as hard of a hit as Mayfield had. Luckily, he didn't get to the bottom and then it blew out. That would have made a way harder hit.
I'd be nervous if anyone else saw 24
ADG 92, thanks for tuning in.
A lot of damage on Blaney's car.
Now we'll see how many guys take just 2 now.
Leaders on to pit road.
Yeah, Carl Edwards is already on that list.
32 laps to go as they come down.
The words from Jeff Gordon, we're getting it, little loose in, and that's about the size of it. So it's going to be 4 tires, fuel, no changes. They clean the windshield, stops getting strong for the 24. Dave?
The leader is in a little more deliberate pit stop for the boys this time. They thought they might have made a mistake last time on the car. We're being very cautious watching Ricky around the track, perhaps a lug nut. This time they're going to be very deliberate, getting everything on for him, and he's still going to be there going out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. makes a track car adjustment. He said it was a little...
I want to look up Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Xfinity stats compared to Randy LaJoy.
Car's track position as he making that chassis change. He goes from 2nd back to 8th.
Martin? Well, the word from Jimmy Spencer, guys, nothing but tires and gas, and that's all they did. They put on tires and fuel, and that's all Spencer needed. Very fast race car right now. Matt Yoakum.
The gas man for Tony Stewart, Jeff Gooch Patterson's going to have wedge elbow after the day's over. Another 1 round of wedge. Ali says his car is tight in the center,
Man.
says Tony Stewart.
A lot of wedge adjustments for Tony Stewart today.
4 tires, but also they've got 2 team members on load from the 18.
Well, not today.
Alan Copley, the rear changer and cares for the 18 because Randy Cox, a normal tire changer on the rear for Tony Stewart, got some kind of debris in his eye.
Ricky Rhodes, the leader.
Green his eye.
Ripken is up in 2nd. He'll have the restart. We come back. Back at Dover, another lap of caution before we go back racing. So we'll take a moment and remind you about NBC's Premiere Week that begins on Monday. All week long, you'll see the fall premieres of your favorite returning shows and this fall's new shows. It's the must-see NBC Premiere Week starting Monday nights on NBC. Summary of pit stops.
Look at Junior. Comes in 2nd, goes out in 8th.
Ricky Craven is up in 2nd spot. Just 2 tires on
A lot of spots lost for Earnhardt.
Marty Snyder.
Well, as Dave Blaney's team packs up and enters the garage, we'll let them pass through here. And
By the way,
when they leave,
The racing reference page on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for whatever reason.
As we talked about, that might be the result of changing no tires. But I doubt it.
Not working.
A whole lot of laps on them, so I don't think that was a result of changing no tires. You can see the paint chips from the wall embedded inside the wheel well there. So a lot of damage to that right front tire. What's left of the right
Ricky
front tire.
Stenhouse Jr.
And that hole that you see that Marty showed you.
Yeah, it doesn't even show anything.
That's what happened. He slammed on the brakes and wore through the tire.
It shows last season stats, or sorry, 2021 for whatever reason on here. But it doesn't show his career statistics.
It's going to be another lap or so before we get the restart. Let's take a break here. Back to Dover after this.
Inside of me, inside my body, under my skin,
Xfinity Series career wins list. Maybe I'll find it here.
past my heart, beneath my soul, within my courage, and beyond my fears, is a machine that lives to win.
Stenhouse has 8 wins. Andy LaJoy had 15. I mean, guys that have more than LaJoy, like AJ Allmendinger's got more Xfinity wins than Randy LaJoy. No titles, though. Justin Allgaier's got 19, but he hasn't won a title. Sam Ard on the original list.
Getting ready to go back racing from the 9th caution.
Sam Ard's got to be on there, right?
Junior 400, and we've still got 127 laps to go. Yellow fever today. Yellow fever.
No.
Ricky Rudd continues to run so well, and that's number 28, Allen car, the winner last week or 2 weeks ago in Richmond.
Remember, Craig just got 2 tires. Second place car to 32, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is back in 8th.
Come on, Kenny, get your lap back.
Mixed in and among it as well.
First time Ricky Rudd's been in contention in a while in this race, too. Yeah, Sam Ard wasn't on the original 50 list.
Yellow car, Kenny Wallace, first car 1 lap down. He's in 23rd place.
I have to look up Sam Ard's stats. How many?
Ricky Craig, the car we saw run up front the first 50 miles or so. We haven't seen much of him since. As Dave Burke put it, has some damage to the right front tire and seemed to have caused his handling to go in a little bit.
And after all that's happened today, look at Jeff Gordon on 4th place. This is just one of those kind of days where he'll keep after it, he'll turn around and win the thing. One of those kind of days. Gordon has not won since Watkins Glen and Global Crossing at the Glen in mid-August. He's about due for another one, isn't he?
Sounds to me like it. It looks like it as well.
Looking down on Dover from our U.S. Army Skycam. Find out more about the United States Army at GoArmy.com.
Well, that lap, Jeff Gordon was not quite as fast as the leader, Ricky Rudd. He was about a mile per hour slower, but it might have been the traffic of Kenny Ross that caused it. We'll check it out. This lap, he comes off.
I don't know. Racing Reference website's all over the place right now.
Well, he was about 3/4 of a mile per hour slower. So he is slower than Ricky Rudd. Dale Jarrett, the 88 car close in, right on the back bumper of Ricky Craven. Looks like he's going to take that second spot away.
All right, that's enough looking at that. I feel like I haven't paid enough attention to this race over the last 50 laps or so.
Jeffries, that ever so calm and reassuring voice from the spotter stand.
And I said just a moment ago that Bob Jeffries had a little girl, he and his wife had a little girl on Wednesday.
Gordon looking inside Craven for 3rd.
There's no way Ty Gibbs is going to be on that list. You imagine if they did that, though? The outrage.
Stewart's car's kind of running off too. Got the pit report a minute ago that meningitis in his arm for making all the adjustments on the car. There's Dale Jr. trying to get around Jimmy Spencer. He's just past Sterling Marlin for 7th.
Dale Jr. boxed in. It's as far back as he's been this whole race. Casey Atwood lost some time on pit road too. He's back to 14th. No! Again? I just saw Kenseth's 5 laps down. They didn't say what happened to him.
Leads you to believe it. Again, once you wear those studs and the wheel rolls around on those studs, it really is hard.
Oh, bump and run. He was holding him up. Dale knows he's got probably the fastest car in the field. He wants to go.
Let's show you what we're talking about when we go arrow loose. If you're in the car behind you, want to get somebody loose in front of you, you pull up right on their rear bumper as close as you can. That does 2 things. That takes the air off the spoiler in front of the car. Right, see? That air is going off the spoiler instead of down around it. Also, it's packing air underneath the guy's rear bumper. So it's creating...
Fireball Roberts was on the original list too.
It's actually pulling the tires and there's less grip on that car, and he gets a little sideways. And that's exactly what the 8 car did in the 26 of Jimmy Spencer.
So Spencer slides back to the 8th position where he's being challenged by Jerry Nadeau. It's Ricky Rudd who's out in front of the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400. You're watching NASCAR on NBC. Ricky Rudd is the leader of the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 with 111 laps remaining in the event. He's out in front by 1.68 seconds over Dale Jarrett.
Remember earlier, 32 was leading this thing, and the 8 kind of rooted him out of the way, but got by there pretty clean. 40 car's going to take advantage of it too. He's going to dive underneath 32 car. Now remember, he's only got right side fresh tires, and all these other guys have 4 brand new tires.
Mike Bean, the crew chief on the 32, trying to get some track position. Here comes the 25. Jerry Nadeau on the inside of the 40 car.
Jerry Nadeau having a good run. Going for 7th. He's got it.
Goes into 7th.
41st starting spot. By the way, Kenny Wallace, 27th place.
He's got a big run on Ricky Craven too.
Survey says
loose left on that.
Second time today.
And as I said, once you do it one time, it's almost impossible to get those tires tight the next time.
So what we're seeing from Craven and Spencer after the 2 tires on their pit stop is whatever the track conditions are at this moment, it's not liking it.
Well,
they're both sliding back.
They're sliding back, but actually their times aren't that far off. They're sliding back a little bit. But I think everything they gained by taking 2 tires, really where you start seeing the 2 tires be a problem is longer into the run. 40 or 50 laps into the run. That's when these cars will start backing up. And basically, that's what he's doing right now.
Nadeau is by, Marlin goes by, Craven back to 8th. Nice run for Jeff Burton so far. There he is, on the lead lap, 15th place. Let's go to Matt Gilpin.
Back in June, you remember Jeff Burton won the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte, and then it came to Dover with high hopes to pick up his first win here on the National Mile, but he ended the day 10 laps down. So today, running in the 15th position, almost seemed like a victory. On the previous run, the car was loose. Right started the crew chief call for an air pressure adjustment. Now the car has gone to the tight side. And Frank had a conversation on the radio. Of course, I never wanted to be an instigator, but Frankie does have a little message to Alan Bestman.
50 years old. See, I told you he was 50 years old.
It's 50, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice hair for 50, he said.
I know. Stoddard's my next door neighbor. All I can say, Frankie, is you better get home before I do tonight.
You know, I talked to Mark Armstrong And, I didn't realize he was a firefighter in Shelby, North Carolina for 5 years before he started his racing career. And he was telling me that the New York firefighters are the world's best. All the training films that they show worldwide are all done by the New York firefighters. He said they are the very, very best. Oh, Schrader. He's in the middle of a hornet's nest right here in that 36 car.
Lose a couple spots here. He might be the Hornet in that nest. He has made it very clear to his crew that his car is very, very, very loose. Very loose.
How loose is he, Bill?
Very.
Very loose.
Very loose.
That's 4 berries. That's extremely loose here at Dover.
Good car with the run on the outside. In line now. Clear high.
These guys are just having too much fun in the booth.
Spencer and Craven swapping the position. That's 8th place. Kevin Harvick now with a 0 in on Ricky. Boy, Ricky, that car's just going where it wants to in the corner. That's just a lack of grip right there.
Just threw trash on the grill of 32.
Because there's no grip.
When he goes to the corner, turns the steering wheel, the car just slides right across the racetrack to the top of the track. And if he tries to do anything about it, he's going to spin out.
Right, you got to wait till the car stops sliding before you get back on the throttle. About to hit the 3/4 mark of today's MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover.
21 likes on the stream so far. Be sure to like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content if you guys haven't already. Another Dale Jarrett commercial.
The greater the force, the greater the acceleration. Newton's...
It's all he gets to relax.
Live commentary coming up this weekend for the Xfinity and the Cup Series as well. Our Xfinity Series live commentary stream will start tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then our Cup Race live commentary will start at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday as well.
The straightaways are actually elevated above the lower groove in the turns. That's not the same as in most any other track. And it really, it's a lot of drivers have talked to me, it's like driving a roller coaster, falling off that hill into the corner every time, twice a lap.
Exactly, especially going into turn 1. When you go down into turn 1, the racetrack just falls out. And when you can actually see the wheels falling down if you stand down there and watch the cars go in, and then the car lands, so it is. Hey, Marty, what do you got down there?
Well, actually, we were going to talk about Texas Terry Labonte, who just walked the lap to Ricky Rudd. He's running 20th on the track.
Looks like they're supposed to have rain tomorrow at the track. Still, I didn't stream last night, so I was pulling a doubleheader today. Got 2 separate streams going on. Back to back. Pulling the double duty tonight.
Car got so loose he had to come down pit road. Flat right front tire. Oh, man.
Flat right front on Kenny Schrader.
Dropped him 2 laps down, back to 23rd place. So another one on.
Earl Barber, the spotter for Rusty Wallace.
Jerry Nadeau's up to 5th.
And you want to know that as a driver. If a guy just comes along and blows your doors off, you're going...
By the way, Joe Nemechek's had a great recovery run too, because he was a lap down earlier in the race. Now he's up to 12th.
You don't. Rusty racing Bobby Hamilton there in the 55 car for 13th place.
19 cars on the lead lap.
While we watch this, the leader Ricky Rudd has just caught Kevin LePage and put him a lap down, the 19th place car.
Yeah, Packers need a tight end after Tanya went to the Bears.
Rusty, he's just not been a threat to lead this thing all day.
No, and it was the same way, exactly the same way here in June. Just somehow this year has not hit on the combination to get around Dover. Bill, what about the 36 car?
I just wanted to point out, Benny, that there's been a lot of talk about how nice Schrader's car looks this weekend and how patriotic it is. And it's not just a nice thing that M&M's did to take the decals off the car and put the American flag out on it, but it was a lot of work. In fact, it took the crew
13 hours to decal that car. They
Wow.
started at 5 p.m. one afternoon and finished at 6 a.m. the next day in time to get it up here to Dover. So it's not only a nice stop, but a lot of hard work, not only by the sponsor, the corporate side of it, but by the crew guys as well.
Again, unfortunately for Schrader, a good lead lap run, ruined by that unscheduled pit stop a minute ago.
Yeah, he's 2 laps down now. Kenny Walls fell back to 3 laps down.
Leaders last pitted at 2:68. So if this thing were to run green to the finish, they'll all be in for a fuel stop around 3:58 or so. Dave?
Alan, one of the things that the 28 car said they needed before the end of the race was another set of the same spring-rated tires. You can see the 93 on here. These are from Dave Blaney, who's now out of the race. They talked about other cars that they might get the tires from, including the 15 of Michael Waltrip, but then they remembered, oh yeah, Michael Waltrip is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s teammate, and there are already tires from the 15 car down in the 8 pit. Everybody's looking for that great tire, the one that they think is going to be the grippiest and the best to try to win this thing.
Grippiest, I like it, Dave. Hey, that's a good word, Dave.
It's a Wally word.
What you're looking for here.
9/10 of a second now, the advantage. Run has picked up 2/10 on Dale Jarrett. And there are 81 laps to go. Rod, Jarrett, Gordon, Earnhardt Jr., and Nadeau, the top 5 in Dover on NBC.
The 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship.
75 laps to go at Dover. Ricky Rod is the leader of the MBNA. Cal Ripken Jr., 400. Quite coincidentally, the top 3
I was gonna say, it looks like Dale Jarrett's kind of closing in on him a little bit.
And you can see Dale Jarrett just 0.6 of a second behind.
Can't believe Jeff Gordon's in 3rd after all this race. All the chaoticness he was around in the first half.
After his dominating performance today, really hasn't gained that much.
No, he hasn't, because he's leading Jeff Gordon.
Laps going by quickly now. Yeah, it's because they haven't had a caution in a while. Last one green at lap 268. Yeah, the first half of this race took forever because they had like 7 cautions, and I think they had 2 right after the halfway mark. 9 cautions in about the first 2/3 of the race, then haven't had one since.
Ricky Rudd, Dale Jarrett, and just how close they are. It's varying around 0.7 of a second. A little higher, sometimes a little lower.
And a good ways back to Jeff Gordon.
Dale Jr.'s closing in on Jeff for 3rd.
With Dale Earnhardt Jr. in just a couple of laps.
Yeah, that picker has not been good on the 8 the whole race. They've lost at least 1 or 2 spots. Seems like every stop, that last stop, they ended up losing like 5 spots. No, he went in 2nd, came out 8th. Yeah, he lost 7.
Took him a while to clear some of the track. You hear that? Off the gas, middle of the corner.
I think he jumped back on the gasoline so soon that he picked up a big-time push and had to back off to let it get back going straight. Oh, there's that arrow push you talked about, Wally.
Arrow loose, yes sir. Arrow loose, exactly what it was. And especially when you run up on a car fast, what happens is it really packs in underneath that rear bumper. So he really ran up on it and got that car loose.
Dale Jr. to 3rd. Dave?
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. radioed in about 20 laps ago.
Well, now he's up to
with
3rd.
2 words, but they were the same word, unfortunately. Tight, tight.
Clean air should help him a little bit because I'm sure he was really tight behind Gordon.
Been a good run for Nadeau today, Marty.
Well, the performance over the last couple of races with 2 straight top 15s, Alan, has been much better. And they had a team meeting after Bristol. Crew chief Tony Burr felt like Jerry was trying to pay too much attention to the chassis setup, not worrying about driving.
Go, Jerry! We got Robert Yates Racing 1-2, and DEI and 2 Hendricks. No Dodgers in the top 5.
They'd have a greater chance to win. They started 39th at Richmond, finished 14th.
There he goes. Go get him, Jerry. This is definitely the best we've seen Jerry Nader run on a race in these classic race watch-alongs. Or Throwback Thursday streams.
He took the season closer in Atlanta last year. Looking back at the Chicago race, he led a lot of laps in that one and had an oil leak. Sent him to pit road for repairs. A chance to win on that day. The team standings for Hendrick Motorsports.
25 car is the fastest car on the racetrack right now. Has been for about the last 4 laps. He's got 6 seconds to make up on the 28.
Yeah, he's got to be awfully fast.
About 20 laps away from pit stops under the green, if it stays that way. As Ricky Rudd continuing to catch the tail end of the field and being involved in that traffic is allowing Dale Jarrett to close in. He's put John Andretti a lap down. Now the 16th place car, Jeff Burton, goes a lap down.
And it's all going to be about pit stop. If it goes green the rest of the way, the pit stops are going to make the difference on who wins this race.
Now, probably the top 3 cars would change 4 tires, but a Jeff Gordon, a Tony Stewart, some of those guys back 6, 7 seconds behind, you think they might try to change 2 tires to pick up that extra 2 seconds?
Absolutely.
Extra few seconds?
There'll be definitely a lot of gambling going on from about 4th place on back.
And the key to that is you don't need a full tank of fuel. If you need a full tank of fuel, it's going to take you just as long to change 4 tires as it will to fill the fuel tank, but not needing, with what, 1 can?
1 can.
One can be plenty.
And this is a perfect situation for those guys to make that pit stop in under 13 seconds and get in my pocket.
Why don't we take a break here so we're back in time for the pit stops. Rudd leads. You're watching NASCAR on NBC. 59 laps to go in Dover. Ricky Rudd.
Well, 2 tires didn't work out for Ricky Craven.
He's about to overtake Ricky Craven.
I think this is the longest green flag run of the race so far.
Adjusted on the track bar. He says the car is still tight. His Mark Colorado is done his work, and Burton is on the way.
Good pit stop. 14.2, great pit stop. What I talked about, I challenged on these pit crews some time ago, folks, that if they can make a pit stop under 13 seconds, I will give each man that goes across the wall $100 apiece.
The BP Challenge.
BP Challenge.
4 tire pit stop.
4 tire stop. And they can't come back in at 20 laps with loose gloves. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, that doesn't count.
So Rusty Wallace, is that Ricky Rudd right behind him?
Where's the race leader?
Looking low inside.
Ricky is now taking over the bonus points for leading the most laps today.
Wow. Honestly, as many laps as Dale Jr. led in the first half, I'm surprised that Ricky Rudd clinched the most laps led.
They were reporting that the car was really, really loose, so we'll see what kind of adjustments they want to make to the Tide Ford as he pulls it in, hits his mark. It looks like right now they are going to make a wedge adjustment in the right rear while they take on more than 1 can of gas. He's going to need to get to the end, you guys. We're just talking about that. Drives in with the 2nd can of gas as they put on 4 tires and get Ricky back out on the track.
Kind of a slower stop. Oh no! Oh no, the leader's around. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that was going to happen. Right in the middle of green flag stops too. Ricky Craven just lost another lap. Jeff Burton lost his lap.
54 laps to go. Ricky Rudd spins out.
Oh my gosh, Ricky. he get ran into? Rusty Wallace was right behind him. Rusty get into him? I hope not. The leader spun with 54 to go, they said? 10th caution? Of all guys to have a caution, it's the race leader spinning.
And another guy that didn't hit anything. How are they doing? I don't know.
These guys are really good. These guys are really good to spin and not anything.
I used to hit the wall so hard here, I thought I was Benny Parsons when I woke up.
Thank you, this could look like.
So now the challenge out for Rudd's crew. Track position.
Let's see if we can tell what might have happened to Ricky Rudd. I don't think this is the incident there. The lap before, Rudd trying to put a lap on. Rusty.
Bounce a little bit there.
And we see Jarrett right on the back.
Yeah, Dale Jarrett was right there. Oh, Rusty. Rusty.
Wow. Remember Bristol when they traded shots on the last lap and after the checkered flag? How about that? Marty?
You done did it, Rusty. I mean, Dale Jarrett was still battling him, but that was a race between Dale Jarrett and Ricky Rudd. He led the most laps, clinched the most laps led. And he got turned by a lap car. Turned by a lap car. Worst NASCAR driver ever? Gosh, I don't even know. You talking Cup Series, or you talking... I mean, overhyped Danica Patrick, but... I don't know about, like, worst driver ever, because... There's been a lot of, drivers that probably shouldn't be in NASCAR stock cars. I mean, Ricky didn't lose too many spots by the time he got back going again.
Ricky Rudd leading this thing.
And he did a good job not hitting anything.
I don't know what he was. It looked like he had a gasket. There once again, there's a 28 car. And I think all of a sudden Rusty closed up much more on the 28 car than he thought he would, because it looked like he started to try to avoid it just about the time he touched it.
What a great piece of driving here by Ricky. Watch the brakes. Lock, unlock, steering, lock, unlock.
And everybody else, too, by not hitting them. He almost backed out in front of those cars. That would have been big.
Another look at it. I don't know. No, he hit it.
It looked like he was on the gas to me.
He hit him. Little payback. Maybe thought Ricky roughed him up coming down the front stretch trying to lap him the time before.
Nah. I don't think that was it. They barely touched, if they did at all.
This is remember what the 29 and 28 at Richmond.
Remember I talked about Bristol a minute ago with Rusty and Ricky? Let's go back and take a look at that. This was in the final lap of the night race, the Sharpie 500 there. Racing for fourth position. Excuse me, I want to come through.
Here we go. Here's what we're talking about. This is the last lap. Ever see Rudd gets to the back of Rusty, takes that spot away. Now Rusty, the checker flag is waved. Rusty comes down and says, Ricky.
Oh!
Man.
But the race is for position there. They're not putting each other lap down.
Yeah.
One guy putting another car lap down.
Dave Burns.
Yeah, that's all on Rusty there. That was uncalled for.
He didn't say a whole lot, kind of like Richard's deal. Let's just ride him up a little bit. I mean, that's kind of a chicken deal, the way Rusty handled that out there. He had a bad day and he took it out on us. This race ain't over yet. We're running for him.
So he just kind of ruffled old Rooster's feathers, did he? I guess he kind of ruffled old Rooster's feathers, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And if that got Ricky Rudd the win at Richmond from saving it after Kevin Harvick tapped him, maybe it can do the same thing today.
What did Michael say? Let's watch. He said, just watch.
I don't know who that is.
Right there, that man is determined.
Sweden Martin.
Well, I just spoke to Robin Pepper,
Or 10.
Rusty Wallace's crew chief. He said that Rusty said nothing about the incident.
I don't know who that is.
Accidentally got into
Or who you're implying.
Nonetheless, interesting incident.
Sure is.
Yeah, that wasn't right.
Liven things up. 54 to go.
And the whole Bristol deal, wouldn't you think he would have paid him back? Like, he wrecked him after the race. He wrecked him after the race in turns 1 and 2. So, you know, I wouldn't even say it was prior history. Like, you would think a bump and run, and he dumped him after the race. It's like, all right, you know, I guess you're even.
That brings Dale Jr. back into the mix here, too. He's up in the third. Got Stewart fourth, Blood fifth.
Yeah, that was uncalled for. And if it was an accident, I don't know. I mean, Rusty's a champion. Like, he would know, like, you would think, being a lap down, former champion, that you wouldn't make that mistake taking out the leader. With 50 to go. Right around. And Gordon lost some spots on pit road.
But on the long runs, the 24 car loses grip at the end. 15.52 on the stop.
And there's Joe Nemechek behind Jeff Gordon. He's moved up to the 9th position.
Great job by Joe Nemechek.
Now we get to wonder, wow. 29 car gets on the inside of Sterling Marlin, trying to take a spot away. That's a battle for the 6th spot.
Harvick is 6th. Now Jeff Gordon challenging Marlin for 7th.
Harvick looks at his back bumper out the rearview mirror and sees all this going on.
Jerry Nadeau's in 2nd place right now. Let's go, Jerry. What a run. The fact that Rusty Wallace actually got his lap back with that, too, I think he got his lap back by turning the leader. Because he beat him back to the line. Well, I don't know. Maybe Dale Jarrett passed them both. It's possible Dale Jarrett got past Rusty before they got to the line. Joe Nemechek going for 8th.
Working hard on Sterling and Marlin. Trying to take that spot away. It looks like he might have it.
He's got it. Sterling let him go. Swerving hard.
You know, that's one impressive thing about Joe Nemechek. After that terrible blow he took here the last time, it doesn't seem like it's bothering him one bit about coming back to Dover.
And you think,
Is that a nickname you gave him?
tendency would be to be a little bit spooked with a crash that hard.
Swerving was Ernie Irvin's nickname.
Harvick and Gordon, 6th and 7th.
Swerving Irvin.
Trying to put a lap on Craven. No change up front. Rudd's not advanced from 5th place. And now Nemechek trying to deal with the lap car of Craven. Second place, Dale Jr.'s on the move.
He moving? Dale's been kind of moving guys all race. Jerry might have let him go.
To go. Dale Jr. to second, 6/10 of a second behind Dale Jarrett. Can he catch him? We'll find out when we come back to Dover. Back at Dover.
Well, he caught him and he passed him.
Just taking the lead from Dale Jarrett.
Jerry's going for 2nd.
Laps to go.
And watch Junior stretch out away from the 88 car. Jarrett.
Take a look at the pass from the lead.
was impressive. He goes in the corner, Jarrett goes up the hill, and
I think Jarrett was going to close the gap on the 8, but then he realized he was there and gave him a little bit too much room. Just trying not to wreck himself. Man, Nadu's all over him.
Still behind Tony Stewart. Back in 5th.
I think Rudd has the potential to get up to second spot in the next 35 laps before this race is over, but I don't think he's going to catch Junior.
Bad news for Ricky with Junior back out in front. He may lose those 5 bonus points for leading the most laps.
Ricky Rudd back up to 4th. I thought they said that...
13 laps, he goes by Rudd for those extra championships.
I thought Alan said that Ricky Rudd clinched the... Maybe he mentioned that like he took the most laps led away from Dale Jr.? When he said that earlier, I thought he had clinched him for the most laps led. Guess he didn't clinch it. Dale Jr. is about to clinch it.
They're all standing.
Dale's holding on strong right now. Allowing Junior to pull away.
You're absolutely right, Al. That's why I think the 28 car still has a shot because it seemed to me like his car was better towards the end or middle, towards the end of a run. Just don't know if he's got enough time.
Second place again.
Although while these guys are racing, he should be gobbled. Yep, he's getting very close to them right now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely allowed Ricky Rudd to close in. Lap car. Jerry used him as a pick. He's up to 2nd. Oh, he's not clear yet. Never mind. Man, Jarrett's holding on so strong. All right, now Jerry's clear.
Bobby Combs, the spotter for Jerry Nader. So Nader to 2nd.
Great run for Jerry Nadeau.
2.5 seconds behind Dale Earnhardt Jr.
2nd at Dover.
And I don't think that Dale Jarrett will hold up Ricky Rudd very much.
No, I don't think so either. He'll probably let him go right there, maybe.
And give him a chance.
Yep.
That's exactly what he did, BT.
30 to go.
Problem for him now is Dale Jr. is gone. Look at the interval. 3 seconds. It was 2.5 seconds just a little bit ago. A couple of laps ago.
But Dale Jr. didn't have traffic to contend with, so once the 28 car Ricky Rudd gets in some clean racetrack, he may be able to run him down.
Junior was about a 10th quicker than Rudd that last lap.
That's Rudd's team. This is their chief Michael McSwain. Gordon by Harvick. At 6th place. Gordon running in 6th, Rudd running in 3rd, Jarrett running in 4th. Rudd has led today, Jarrett has led today, Gordon has not. 5 bonus points for leading the lap in the championship.
Jeff Gordon's car is lucky to be running what he's been through today.
There's the interval. It was 2:22 coming into today. That's as they run now.
So imagine if Jeff Gordon would have gotten actually caught up in the trouble he was involved in, and then Rusty Wallace didn't spin Ricky Rudd out. It would have been a tight battle exiting this race, going into the final 9. Dale Jr.'s taking the most laps led away again. Yeah, Rusty's in 11th right now, so he definitely stayed on the lead lap. You know, he spun out the leader right after he went a lap down, and now he's about to get a top 10 finish out of it if he can make one more pass. He was in, what, 13th or 14th at the time? A lap down. Now he's back on the lead lap, and he may get a top 10. And cost Ricky the win. Try to eat a cheeseburger while driving one day for comedy. That's... I don't know how that's funny, but get me in a car accident or something. I don't eat when I drive. Like, if I ever eat in my car, like, or get, like, like on my lunch break or something. Like I've eaten in my car before, but I don't eat when I drive. I usually drive with one hand anyway, but I usually drive with my right hand, and I'm right-handed when I drive with one hand on the wheel. And I think that's why I don't eat with while I drive.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is running about a half a mile an hour faster than Ricky Rudd. He is opening up the gap.
That seems about right.
Jerry Nadu is slower than Dale Earnhardt Jr., so he is driving away from all of his competitors.
Oh, Wilson may get a trip to victory lane.
I'll tell you one thing, if they win that race,
I mean, I can drive with my left hand. Excuse me. Just more comfortable with the right. Wilson!
Fascination with the movie Castaway. We talked about Wilson, but if you talk to Dale Jr., at home in his pool is a raft. He and his posse members went to a local hardware store and bought provisions to build a raft. Right now it's in its R&D stages of styrofoam and wood. But he said next spring when they do their final version, they'd like to take it down the Mississippi. They said if Kyle Petty can do his journey around across America, he and his posse members can go rafting down the Mississippi. And they're taking pledges to raise money. And of course, his sponsor has donated some styrofoam coolers to help out with the provisions.
I don't think I want to go.
No. Fifth place. All right, I can't get him on the inside. How about the outside?
Weren't these two upset with each other after the Bristol race we watched? I think that was the 01 race we watched. Well, it definitely was the 01 race we watched a couple weeks ago, but I'm trying to remember if these two were upset after that race or it was another race I watched. It was a pretty clean pass, though. I was waiting for them to ruffle each other's feathers again. Rusty's like 2 seconds behind Jimmy Spencer for 10th.
Bill Elliott running, but 15 laps down after the early crash.
There's a lot of people that eat while they drive. I just don't do it.
He's 10 laps down. Johnny Benson, Mark Martin, Ward Burton, Bobby Labonte, all back on the track after time in the garage from accidents.
And the 32 car, Ricky Craven, has made an unscheduled stop. Can't find out what's wrong with his car. He's now 5 laps down. Running a great run he had going today. Here's Gordon trying to get by Dale Jarrett. Hey, Dave, what's going on with DJ? Slipping back.
Well, BK, you know, one of the things that the teams look for in the tire sets that they put on the cars are that they be consistent
Oh!
so they can count on them and the numbers they
Man, he had a big run.
And according to the top parrot, now Dale Jarrett
Almost got together off turn 4.
according to the top parrot, the crew chief, this set of tires just does not match their expectations, what they thought they were going to do. And that is
Yeah, Dale's definitely slipping. Tony's right there, too.
The slang that gets used around the garage area, they'll
For what, 4th place?
tires. There's nothing wrong with the manufacturer of the tires, but
Tony trying to get a top 5.
characteristics don't match what the car wants. Is that at all?
They don't get what they wish for.
Yeah, these tires have a rate to them.
I don't really play the lottery either.
The tires are not exact, you know, they're consistent, but they're not exact. So if you have a tire
Had an incident in 2000 in Michigan.
a little bit different than the last set, it's gonna
Few incidents in the early 2000s. So it happens when the same drivers run at the front, compete for wins on a weekly basis with each other. Bound to get into one another eventually. Hence Denny and Ross last season.
The timing of this problem, right, not going to be another pit stop.
they're out of passes.
Yeah.
Although most of it was Ross getting into Denny.
Stewart working on Jarrett for 5th place. So Jeff Gordon gets the most fortunate.
We're definitely around each other a lot. Casey Atwood just passed Rusty for 11th.
He's going to absolutely minimize his point loss because he's running one position behind him on the racetrack.
guys, I mean, I'm not trying to hype this thing ever, what have you, but the last lap, Nadu was faster than Dale Earnhardt Jr. Marty, what time is the 25?
Yeah, Benny, it may not be over yet, although they're obviously running out of time. On the radio, Jerry Nadu is being encouraged by his father, Rodney Combs, and his crew chief, Tony Furr. They're telling him...
Oh, Jarrett! Tony, get into him. Oh, look out, look out, look out, look out.
Contact with Tony Stewart.
Jeez.
Caution is out for
Tony. Both of the Yates cars, top 5, and got spun late. Nothing of their own doing. Kyle Lance, thanks for tuning in. He lost a lot more spots than Ricky Rudd did, though.
I think we can win the race because we're faster than him. This will give him that opportunity.
And Dale Jarrett will stop and change 4 tires. And he will be 14th with 10 laps to go. How much distance can he pick up?
See what happens here. Tony Stewart, big hole down there.
Dude.
And it just closed up. And actually, that's, you know, when Dale was, we were talking about the line he was running. He would drift up the racetrack, then he
Yeah.
said he came back down to the bottom of the track.
Tony definitely shot the gap really early there. Tough to tell from there. Looked like Tony shot the gap pretty early, but Dale definitely moved down on him too. Josh Bornwald, thanks for tuning in.
Pit road's open. Harvick's going to be the first one to come in. The
Yeah, they moved the for potential rain. I know the forecast looking like it's gonna rain all day in Dover, but if they move it up an hour, it gives them an extra hour to try to get the race in. So they only have to get to halfway. They don't have lights at Dover too, so that has a lot to do with it.
You know, if you're not one of the top 3 or 4 or 5 cars, it does not cost you anything to try to come in and get some fresh tires. In fact, he was joking on the radio that his father, we were talking to him so much it was bad memories of Fatback, or Fat Boy, I'm sorry. He had that guy today.
Huh? A lot of cars pitting.
Dale Jarrett has pulled the 88 into the pit now, and they're going to put 4 tires on. I watched the tires going over the wall to see if they were borrowed. They are not. They all have 88 stickers on them. We're going to check real quick to see what the ones coming off have, just to make sure they weren't a borrowed set that might have spun them out. And I'll just try to get a quick look. No, they say 88 as well. So the tire problems they had were the sets that they had put together themselves today.
I remember Dale Jarrett's car handling very poorly as he slipped back in traffic, and then the contact with Tony Stewart. Restart's going to come with inside 10 laps to go. It'll be single file. This one's going to get exciting. Don't go away. Here's our Pepsi race recap of the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400.
Earnhardt's leading. Dover has lights in the backstretch. Well, I mean, like, there's no lights around the track. Like, they can't race at night. I mean, I'm sure they have, like, lights in the parking lot and stuff, too, which I know there's some parking on the backstretch. I want to say that part towards, like, turn 3, I think, when I went there. 2021. Yeah, Ricky definitely overdrove the corner there. He kind of clipped the asphalt down below the concrete and then washed up into Gordon. That was on Jeff. Oof.
Halfway point of the race, Michael Waltrip. Which gets out of the high stuff, said he heard something clunk up under the car before he crashed. One of the 11 caution flags that have slowed this race. Dave Blaney running fourth. Into the
My guy.
His team had not changed tires on the previous pit stop. And again, Gordon just behind that one. Another case of dodgeball. Now, Rusty Wallace, having been bumped by Ricky Rudd, the leader, as he went by him to lap him, a little payback in turn.
He didn't really even touch him, though, either. I don't even know if he had touched him. It was close.
3:62 by Dale Jarrett for the lead. Jarrett slips back in traffic with an ill-handling car. Then he gets tagged by Tony Stewart, racing for fifth moments ago. Cause for the 11th caution of the race. Eventful, to say the least.
Very eventful.
And now we're getting set for a last 8-lap scramble to the finish. Dave?
Antonio Uri is the crew chief. He makes the calls. What about it? Can your driver hold him off for 8 laps?
Well, we'll hold them off during that run, so hopefully we can. Anything happen on a restart. If they get too wide or something, might not be able to, but as long as we get in this corner for it, I think.
Yeah, there's quite a few drivers that pitted for 4 tires. I'm not sure how many stayed out behind Dale.
He said absolutely. That's Jerry Nadeau's crew chief. Single file restart. Now 7 laps to go as they come to the green.
Oh, Dale didn't take off well.
Earnhardt Jr., Nadeau, Rudd, Gordon, Stewart, Dale Jarrett's back in 14.
Jerry slipped up the track though. Oh, Jeff Gordon.
And Ricky Rudd, little contact there looked like between Jeff Gordon and Rudd. A challenge for third by Jeff Gordon.
Top 2 in the championship. Remember, it's taken Rudd's car a few laps to get going.
Was there been 11 or 12 cautions now?
Now maybe he's gotten away from Gordon.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. just driven away from Jerry Nadeau.
5 to go.
With the 28,
Dale's setting sail.
Ricky's really happy with this combination of tires he had.
Oh,
We got, is that Repo Dine down there?
Repo Dine off the pace.
slow car.
Hope he makes it back around. 4 laps to go. If the caution comes out to remove his car now, the race is going to end under yellow.
Yeah. Keep it green.
And Jerry Nadeau right now has to worry about
Good battle for second at the end though.
Ricky Rudd is closing in.
This season started very slowly for Dale Earnhardt Jr., but in the second half of the year, things have begun to come around. It started with the big win at Daytona in the Pepsi 400 Independence Weekend, an emotional victory. 3 to go, 3. Now here at Dover, he's led almost half the race.
And the 29 car of Kevin Harvick stopped chase 4 tires. He has moved back to the 6th position.
Earnhardt Jr. in 3 tries here at Dover.
So Harvick's the first driver on 4 tires then in 6th.
And third in a Winston Cup car in
Up to 6th. I don't know exactly how many cars in front of him had stayed out on the restart.
because it was forgiven when you overdrive the car, and that's what he likes to do. Fans on their feet, white flag is out. Next time for the white flag, my mistake. No, that was the white flag lap. This is the final lap. Start never wave the white flag. Final lap. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Junior Nation roars.
93 of 400 laps, the American and checkered flags out of Dover. Earnhardt Jr. wins.
Did you think Junior get loose coming on 4th with the checkered flag?
Wilson's going to victory lane.
Way to go, Wilson.
2 drivers dominated this race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. led 193 laps. Ricky Rudd led 169.
Hey, where's that big American flag at?
Hey, guess what? Junior's going to carry the flag around the track. gets much better than this. And Earnhardt carrying the American flag around the racetrack after winning.
All 140,000 here today were given an American flag by the Speedway when they came in the gates. They're all waving right along with Dale Jr. now. Jr.'s team, one of many donating money from their efforts here today toward the relief effort in New York and Washington, D.C. And we'll hear from him in victory lane when we come back to Dover. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has won the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400.
And he's over there credit for an outstanding run. Yeah, we knew that was coming. And he's over there obviously celebrating with his teammates and will make his way back here to the driver's side of the car. Okay, I wouldn't have minded. Well, certainly an emotional day, a huge race, a great win. Congratulations.
Yeah, we had a good car yesterday, and everybody was telling me that we had a good car, and I just didn't know, the car was flying around an awful lot, but it was good when it counted, and that was the last few laps. We were able to get by those guys and move on, and, it feels good to be back in the race car, and I'm glad I could be the guy to win the race, so I could carry the American flag around here, and that made me feel good.
Made a little cash for the rescue efforts today, too, out of your own pocket.
Yeah, I actually donated $100 a lap and $10,000 for every pit stop under 14 seconds by my guys. And I think the total is around 70 to 80, maybe 90 grand. But we won today, so I add on to it.
Dale, on the racetrack, early you must have known your car was pretty good. Getting around Craven, you obviously wanted to get to the front. Went to the front several times right after restart.
Yeah, the car was good, and I knew, it's so hard to pass here after 10 or 15 laps. I knew if I was going to get by anybody, I had to do it soon. So I tried to attack early on restarts and stuff like that. But I want to say, what's up to Concrete, Williams Road, and D-Hill, and Host, and all my buddies back home. Had the beer cold, might be late, but I'll be there.
Did you see Rudd go around?
I kind of started sliding a little bit, but, that's a shame, because I knew as long, he was sitting there sliding, I know he was upset, and, we won the race, and so I'm pretty happy about that, but I hate to see him lose it like that. And he had a good car, and I wanted to race him to win if I could. And we were kind of chasing him, so it'd have been fun.
Now tell me about your co-driver, Wilson. Will he be back again next week?
I don't know. Wilson seems to be good luck. Actually, I told my guys that racing at Darlington was like being on a deserted island. You're all by yourself. Next time we'll carry a volleyball with me like old Tom Hanks did in Castaway. It's a great movie. One of my favorites. So I got here this weekend. The guys had one strapped in there. He was there all day. I was patting him on the head with skin to go, ready to go.
Congratulations.
All right, thanks a lot.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings the red, white, and black to victory on a day when we salute the red, white, and blue. Marty?
Today, not quite the celebration for Ricky Rudd. You obviously had the best car there at the end of the race. What happened with you and Rusty Wiles?
Well, Rusty, I don't know what was wrong with him. He was off the pace. Something was wrong with him. I guess he needed a caution. I was laughing, and I guess he needed a caution and decided to wreck the leader. I've never seen nothing like it. I know he's got the nickname Rubberhead in the garage area. Now, I never understood it, but I understand it now. Some very strong words between you two. What was said in the garage area? Well, it was just a sort of a one-on-one discussion, and we didn't discuss too much. It's too big a crowd in, so we'll discuss it later. You know, it's difficult to have perspective, but this was a great run for your team, Ricky. Well, it really was. You know, I mean, Little E, he was definitely very, very fast all racing, and he painted it for a long stretch, and He was a fast guy at the end. Like I said, when we spun, we did something to the car. I don't know if bang a fender up or something. It's just a shame you got to deal with nonsense like this. You know, I used to have a lot of respect for that guy. I wouldn't give him 2 cents right now. You described the disappointment. It's just kind of hard to put it in words. I guess the only thing keeps me going. I think about what's going on here, and I look at the world's problems. This isn't too bad. All right, they finished top 5 today, but somehow doesn't feel like a top 5 now.
And Marty, the other member of that duo is Rusty Wallace. And Rusty, first off, what's your take on the incident between yourself and Ricky Wright?
My take on the incident, he was getting ready to lap me, and as he run into me in the back straightaway. And as I went down the corner, I just stood in the throttle, tried to pass him outside. He slowed up a little bit, I got the tail end of him. That's my story.
A lot of speculation, possibly a payback for the post-race incident at Bristol.
No, I wouldn't pay back. We're going too fast to do stuff like that, but he's got his memory's pretty short. He ran the crap out of me at Bristol, you know, and now he forgets about it. You know, I named the guy Code that a long time ago. I think I'm going to name that dude that. He's got a hell of a problem out there, I tell you.
You did have a slight conversation with him in the garage, Jerry. What took place?
Oh, he was hot because he was leading the race and he got spun, you know, but I'd be hot too. But he's got to watch the way he drives. He's a good driver, and I respect him. I didn't respect him at Bristol, and I didn't respect him when he got ready to lap me, he ran into me. So, you know, but I tell you what, I was going to go for it, try to hold my lap back. I didn't run in the back of him and spin him out on purpose, to tell you that. But I was going to give him hell.
That's Rusty Wallace, Dave, and it always seems like he leaves the monster mile after it's reared its ugly head with somebody.
And it's a little less tense down here right now, but that could be because Dale Jarrett hasn't had a chance to chat with Tony Stewart yet. What would you like to say to Tony when you do?
Oh, we'll work that out one day. You know, that used to be, I consider this just a bad day, but we ran well. And in light of what happened about 2 weeks ago, everything's all right. We're okay. We'll race again next week, and things aren't so bad. So just a kind of different way. Not that I'm less competitive, not that I'm not mad about what happened, but you got to kind of put things in perspective. And, you know, sure, it hurt us in the points, and I'm a little disappointed in what Tony did there. But, again, we'll race another day. There's a lot of people that can't say they can do their job another day, so we'll be all right.
And you can see his perspective. He wears the New York Fire Department cap on his head to try to keep his own perspective. Marty?
And with Tony Stewart, what happened with you and DJ, Tony? You know, DJ's one of my good friends, and, you know, I don't want to get into him like that, but, you know, when I was following him, he was going in the corner and running up to the middle of the track and then turning down to protect his spot. So, you know, I don't think he realized I got as big a run as I got. And 3 times I slammed on the brakes to keep from running into him. And that's what happens when Goodyear gives us a piece of junk tire like that. That makes it
What Goodyear have to do with this?
It wasn't intentional. So it's just a shame that happened because he's a good friend to me.
No, I honestly, in that incident right there, I thought Rusty was at complete fault for his incident.
And what the line he was running, you know, it did. But you're running that line like that, you're subjecting yourself to somebody getting.
Yeah, I mean he's not wrong with that. I don't know why he threw Goodyear under the bus for no reason. But
you know, I got down to the bottom and got on the gas and ran through the center corner like I had all day. Got under there a little further than I think he thought, and when he came down, it wasn't anywhere for me to go. I cut down and got down to the apron, and wasn't anywhere else I could go.
And what you're saying is very unintentional. What happened?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's the last guy I want to hit on purpose. So I don't want to hit anybody on purpose. I'm so tired of seeing guys I race with get hurt, and you know, it's hard.
All right, Alan, good finish up for Tony Stewart today. Wound up in 5th. I think Victory Lane's the only place people are smiling back toward that garage right now. Oh, yes. Yep.
Oh, geez. Good old Tony Stewart. Alrighty. Well, that's going to wrap up this weekend. This stream. Yeah, honestly, I don't think Tony really did much wrong there. He gassed it up pretty early as soon as the hole opened up. As you would expect, and Dale did kind of turn down on top of him a little bit. So I do think it was more of a racing deal there. If not, maybe Dale Jarrett was at slightly more to blame than Tony Stewart on that. I don't know why Tony Stewart threw Goodyear under the bus for no reason. What did the tires have to do with Dale Jarrett sliding up the track? And then I don't know. But I mean, Tony was fine. Like, his handling was fine. I think the 88 was just losing grip. I don't think it was the tires themselves. It was probably just the car handling which caused the tires to wear out, because Dale was dropping back quite a bit that final run. Yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, the Rusty Wallace deal though, that was just not right. he could say he didn't do it intentionally, even if he didn't mean to, spin him intentionally. He definitely got into the back of him while he was leading the race going a lap down. So that's tough. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys on the channel tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard start time for a NASCAR Xfinity Series live race commentary coverage. Hope to see you then. A Cup Series live commentary will begin at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday as well. Thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.